Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Oh gosh, all right over there. Do we get it? All right. Nico's been on my desk, and he's still on my desk and knocking stuff around. But good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Another episode of Timberborn coming at you. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Just playing with the kitty. Actually, can we get a camera shot of the kitty? Get a camera shot of the kitty. Well, we got the kitty. Let's get a camera shot of the kitty. Hey, here. Hi. Here, hi. Here. There we go. Oh, I need a beautiful boy. I need a beautiful boy. Oh, I need a beautiful boy. All right. That was fun. And now he's eating it. Okay. Well, that was fun. Oh, gosh. Okay. Think everything's good? We're all in order? All right, let's get to it. So welcome to another episode of Timberborn. I'm your host, JohnMegacycle. Last session, so I like to talk about what we did before, and if the audio sounds weird, it's because Nico's batting around the microphone. Hey, don't do that. Thank you. Over here, we've got this all prepped up to handle good and bad water before it even enters the map. Right now, we're in a 30-day drought, which is plenty of time for us to get some work started. And you can see, sorry, Nico's still batting around the keyboard and stuff. You can see what we got going on here. This was the tentative idea to get the water just pushed out of the system as quickly as we could. So with a little bit of guidance and a little bit of feedback from some of the viewers, we were actually able to get that pretty much stacked up nicely. Real nicely. We reclaimed, I don't know, 80%? We reclaimed a bunch of it. That's at least good. But yeah, so right now we're in drought times. We've already raised the gates. We've already done this. We've gotten... Oh, and Nico has had enough. I got my coffee. I went and I voted already. Oh, man. We got a good day ahead of us today. Lumber... Oh, yeah. The other thing we wrapped up yesterday was this. This was a big project. We were having a really difficult time trying to maintain a reliable lumber income. So what we've done with this is we've made sure that lumber was no longer really a problem. Yeah, that's fine. The whole idea of this was I wanted to isolate the lumber. We actually raised the inside, so we had an inside ring of oak, and that wasn't ever growing. It was really, really hit miss. What I've done here is I've reserved a bunch of area for pine resin specifically. We'll get some pine trees for harvest, but the majority of this is going to be all oak. And you can see that was a huge win. We have 700 and some change worth of logs. We've also accomplished all this. This got all done up yesterday as well. I wanted to isolate the power grid and get it all cleaned up so that it was running more often. With all the levees and stuff that we've established, we've kind of screwed up some of the flow. This kind of guarantees we have more power for longer. So that's the idea about that. Yeah, realistically right now it's a bunch of cleanup here. We still have a couple things going on. I think we have, yeah, we've got a little bit more of that. I will want to demolish a little more here. We'll need another tunnel majanger. Yeah, one more tunnel majanger, and then I think we're good to go on all that. Let's see here, landscaping, tunnel, blurp, and that handles that mostly, I think. This won't take very much longer, but we'll be able to wrap this up before the next real event. Kuna was here, da-na-na-na. Let's get a... You look like a Kuna to me, Kuna the ninth. Ninth? I'm running out of names. I ran out of names while we were playing Minecraft. But welcome, Kuna. Hope you're doing well today. You hear the pow, 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 pow. It's the last of it getting cleaned up. And... yeah, we don't have too much more. I was going to get this last row. But I don't think that's super important. Getting this trimmed up a little earlier and raising it a level was actually, I think, the most important thing we could have accomplished. So once that's done, we'll get this all built out, and it shouldn't take, yeah, another, I don't know, 3 days, 4 days, and this project will be done, at least on this side. I'll want to do a similar thing over here, but we're not quite there yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of wait here until this gets done. Okay, that can get all built, and then this should... I probably should have set this as primary, but it doesn't super matter. It'll get done when it gets done. We got extract, we got dandelions, we got all kinds of crap. We've only got one sickly beaver. How's our power anyway? Looks like we're actually hurting for it a bit. So this is another project we can get going on. I'll just keep the game going. We have so much free time in between now and the next period, so I don't know why I'm worried about that. Let's see, are you empty? Yes, you are. You can come back online. Let's go ahead and make sure we've got a bit more power. This looks like that. This was a really fun little side project that I didn't think was going to be fun or a side, but this worked out pretty well. Yeah, 3 more of those guys. Hook up that. Easy. Yeah. 50% more power. Just about. Scream and shout. Just about. Okay, so that's all done. This is about to get finished out, and then we need just 2 sluices and some earth. Easy. I think I'll remove the ladders and crap. I don't think I need them here. I don't think they're super necessary. Now that that's like that. And you guys can build an infinite amount of down. What's the idea? Just remove all this? Nedved was here. Da-na-na-na. You know what? You get a beaver too. Do we have a beaver? No. Let's get a young lad that's gonna stick around for more than 5 seconds. Okay. Got so many old folk. Come on. 35. 2. There we go. Nedved. Boom. You got your own beaver. You got your own beaver. Kuna's not talking to you. Apparently. Instead of, what's that song? Gloria? G-L-O-R-I-A, Gloria. Instead of that, it's K-U-N-A, Kuna. It doesn't, there's not enough syllables to make it work, but you get the idea. You get the idea. Alright, there's that. Let's get this done with some level of priority. Critical. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Not that this was a tough thing to deal with, but it's like I want this to be like locked tight. So there's that. Close below contamination 5%. That's fine. That can get boofed. That can get boofed. This looks like this. It doesn't super matter the orientation. We can destroy all this whenever we want. We're not going to be able to get back down there to get it anyway. But now let's talk about this. I want a very, very similar setup with how this thing works. But more importantly... no. Just this. Easy. I'm doing well, thank you very much. How are you, Nedved? Bandit of Deception? Ooh, I like that name. Welcome and thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Really it is, yeah. Very appreciated. Thank you. I always appreciate the support. And everything. How's this gonna work? Gadur. Gadur? Gadur. Yes, unlock. I guess something like this will work. Right in the approximate middle. Yeah, I'm very fine with that. Add connection. Add connection. Good stuff. I know the age-old standby, if everything is critical, then nothing is critical, but you're awake. Hey, that's a good thing. Don't slap I'm awake. Awake is good. Probably need to get some tea in you. Wake you up a bit. Alright. This can get cleaned up because this looks nasty. That can look like that. Yep, and just pause for a second here. I don't like all these extra lines everywhere. How about that? How about that? Trim this up. Your mood is meh, you think? I get it. Well, that's a perfect time to cast the award-winning brand of magic, Magic. Apathetic wizardry. Yeah. Apathetic wizardry. Meh. When you're not really feeling it today, cast all the spells. Cast all your magic. This one's going to be a little easier, I think. I think this is just going to be this. So how far do I want to logically go? I guess there, right? And then... yeah, we're going to put the barriers right here. So this has got to go. 1s and 2s. And this is going to be 3 as well. Yeah. We'll bust this out. In the next 23 days, if we can get this wrapped up, that'd be great. Now, I know 23 days sounds like a lot of time. It's not really a lot of time. Yeah, we'll just build over this. So let's start... Oh, I guess it'll be right here? It doesn't super matter if there's a gap. I think it doesn't super matter if there's a gap. So we'll start building up the wall right here and everything. We got 23 days. The problem with that timetable though is the distance is very far from where we're at our HQ. So there might be a chance this doesn't finish. I should check on my other projects to make sure I don't have them prioritized. Yeah, this was a feel-good project. This can actually be set to just low priority. Great. Now nothing else will interfere as we're doing our do. Doing our dare and do. Food is good, 3k. Water is good, 5.8k. Looking pretty good, I think. Got detailers. The general happiness is a 21, it looks like, on average. I'm hoping we keep that to like 17. 17 would really be where I want to keep that, but that's alright. Okay. Get this all done up. Yeah, that's why I wanted this to be critical, because it takes a while for folks to get around. Good morning, Crank. Hope you're doing well today, and I hope you're doing swell today. Living life in your own way, and I hope you're doing swell today. One person gets a song. I try to do at least one song a stream. Too bad my vocals can't really hang on anymore. Oh, Katiana, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Any new progress on your Techopolis? I have not seen you stream in a while. That could also be my lack of awareness in general. That would also be fair. I'm doing well, thank you, Crank. Oh, yeah, you're doing well as well? Well. It's well as well. More paper. Giveth unto me more... I'm out of planks. Oh. Crap spackle. I'm out of... You go away for now. You go away for now. Did I redo all the workers? We're just out of power? No! And I built more turbines! I built so many more turbines. Ugh. That's the sound of me being defeated after building more turbines. Starting Minecraft mod pack last night. District has the servers down for maintenance. I've been knitting away on orders. Hey, that's awesome. Oh, that's right, because you play Techopolis on the server. Right. That makes sense. What mod pack did you start? It's almost done. That's not started. Good sign. So I said 20-something days, whatever. 23 days. We're 2 days in. Some work has been done, for sure. Do have more AE2 progress on my reactors and reprocessors are up and running. Awesome. Awesome. Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttles. Oh, interesting. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Is it like an ATM kind of a thing? Hey, Henry! Welcome to the stream, friend. Hope you're doing well today. Any plans on streaming today? Make sure to give you a shout out if you plan on going live when you go live so folks can find you. Henry is, as I've said before, and I will say again, Henry is a very fun, very interactive streamer. If you ever have an opportunity, would recommend check him out. Real friendly type. Yeah. If we're talking about, like, Pokemon types, I think my type is, like, I don't know, heavy and idiot. Henry is cheerful and engaging. That is their two Pokemon types. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. Don't worry about it. Oh, boy. I could spend my entire stream just talking people up. Because there's also Nedved, a wonderful streamer also who's been playing Cult of the Lamb. A lot of fun, also really engaging. There's Katiana, also cheerful, very engaging. Just I could spend just hours and hours just being like, hey, hang out with this guy, hang out with this gal, hang out with this friend, hang out with this guy. It's an expert level pack. The original pack was 112. First pack I 100% finished. 2 is 116 and in beta. Wow. You can tell that a lot of work has to go into it when there's that many revisions behind. But being behind isn't that big of a deal. I still play, what was it, 1.17, which was like the golden age of mod packs. If someone's like, I want to play a mod pack, and I'm like, what is it? And they're like, old. And I'm like, yeah, alright. That doesn't necessarily mean bad. Does mean different, but it doesn't mean bad. That's not going to get built, regardless, and that's fine. 19 days. So 4 days have happened, and we only got this far, right? Again, the problem is it takes a very long time for us to make it all the way from the mainland to here. I'm going to set the working hours to... Actually, it doesn't matter, because you guys are working 24/7 anyway with how long it takes to get here. I'm so sorry. We'll change up the logistics in a bit. Yeah, I'm trying to get permanent farming area and a bunch of other stuff just set up and good to go. Ooh, that's what I wanted. Boom. Boom. Okay. So now this is the line I'm going to draw. We are going to do this and this. Okay, so this is another... Oh, right, I can't do it unless I do the whole thing. That's fine. Dead Soul, welcome. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing just absolutely fantastical. Bantiferous? I don't know. I'll make up new words as I go along. That's kind of my jam. Bendiferous? Blendiferous? Fantastical. I'm doing alright, yeah, thank you. I think I slept okay. I don't feel any more or less damage than normal, so that's a good sign. Okay, so that blasted that whole thing open. This looks like that, and that. And this is, yeah, this is going to be so much faster than the other side. There it is. It's done. We got to build the dang thing, but that's the whole layout. And I'm shoring this up because I didn't think we would get that far. So what we're going to do is we're going to assume we can get that far. So we'll cancel these orders. Hi, that's the wrong thing. Thanks. And this is top priority, top billing. Keep hitting pause because time is kind of critical about this whole thing. There. Cool. And that handles it. I hope. We're stay tuned. We're gonna find out. Oh, this is gonna be sad noises. That's what this is gonna be. Worst case scenario, this creeps over and spills out. Not a huge deal. Not a huge deal at all. Yeah, the building core probably takes like 4 hours to get there. So how do we fix these delays? Probably the real answer is we just set up 4 or 5 more builder unions and be like, there, just send more clowns. I don't know what else to do. Just send more clowns. You close above. Okay, so you're not connected to this at all. That's fantastic. Boop, boop, and boop. Close when contamination is below. Now, if we want, we could lower this to give it a bit more of a drop, which I think I want to do. How much effort would that entail? Probably not a terrible amount. It would be like this. Like this across, and then dynamite, dynamite kind of a thing. Let's see here. It would be something like this. I don't think I can place dynamite below a thing, can I? I'm gonna find out. I don't think I can, though. No, I can't. Rats. Okay, something like this would be acceptable to me. Yeah, let's just go all the way for 3. What are we saving up resources for, huh? Just do that. I want to do this. I guess I blew a hole all the way in. I should have thought this through a little bit better, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is a much shorter thing, so I don't think I'm super worried about it on this side. For sake of argument. Now, can I do... Oh, kind of. We can kind of get there. Almost. Hey, that's not gonna work. None of that's gonna work. None of that's gonna work. Okay. I don't know how I want to do this. Annoyingly, that's how I'm going to do this. Can we get most of the work if I do this? Blast that out. Yeah. Yeah, we could do most of the work like this. This is fine. Yep. Ooh, we're halfway done there. Awesome. Excellent. Oh my gosh, this is going good. Ooh, I'm really excited about this. We already, and I've already said this last session, we've already got a bunch of, I guess, measured defensive things in place. This is already prevented from this. This is already walled off. But if it's one more thing I just don't have to worry about anymore, that would be pretty awesome. We've got 3,000 foodstuffs. Now would be the time to plant a bunch of carrots. We could get, I would say, without batting an eye, at least 2 sessions in. I don't really have the workforce right now. We have 14... not MIA people, but we got a bunch of folks that... I'm gonna borrow you. That's 4. Paper is maxed out already. 5, 6, 7. Puts us at 12. That puts us at 15, which is probably perfect. Okay, so now you're gonna hate me for saying this. But of all the critical things, this is the most critical thing. Oh, God. But I get even worse when it's numerical representation of priority. On a scale of 1 to... tell them, like, 50,000. Who cares? Just 1 to 50,000. It doesn't matter. Then I'll be like, okay. But could I have that in words? It's like, you already asked for more fine control, so we gave you numeric representation. What do you want? More stuff. This is super, super, ultra critical, railroad supreme, ultra plus plus, ultra, ultra important. But this one is karate crazy, super sunset overdrive, banana nonsense, samurai priority. It's like, what the hell does that even mean? I don't even know. I have no idea. I just want to set more priority levels. We do need a 3rd farm. But that's how my brain goes sometimes. Like, thankfully, for whatever it's worth, I used to, when I grew up, my dad taught me BASIC. BASIC is a programming language. It is an old programming language, and it sucked. You had to number your lines for the code. And so a good programming practice was to increment each line by 10. So your code would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then on each of those is the line of code. If you need to add or remove code, the cool thing is you would go 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 30, 40, like whatever. That would give you a little bit of room. It was still a real pain, but that taught me to do like a lot of good practice things. So when we were playing our Techopolis game, for example, I don't know what happened there, so don't worry about it. When we were playing our Techopolis game, I was giving priority things. I was giving in increments of 10 or 100 or 1,000 or whatever in case we needed more fine control. I didn't need more fine control. That was not a necessary thing, but still good. I'm going to build another builder's... Alright. I know you're going to hate me. And are these ready to go? These are ready to go dandelions. Can I store that? Probably in a warehouse. Probably in a warehouse? I got the Legend of Zelda stuck in my head. Probably in a warehouse. Probably in a warehouse. Probably in a warehouse. Probably in a warehouse. Probably in a frickin' warehouse. Oh, also, top priority, please, thanks. Alright, don't plant this anymore. Thanks. Oh, the Gatherer's Hut. I removed the Gatherer's Hut ages ago. That can go away. I don't have berries. So this doesn't super matter until we get more berries. That's another person we can liberate. If we could get this built, yep, you guessed it, top priority. Clear this out, get another Builders Guild deployed. More builders is more builders. Ah, thank you. I gotta finish this coffee. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's good scrumpy, thank you. Woo! Oh, somebody asked what scrumpy was. I don't know if anyone knows what scrumpy is. Scrumpy is alcohol derived from apples. Apple cider is another word for it. I think apple cider is more stateside, but scrumpy is maybe more of a British term. I'm not sure. Someone said scrumpy one time, and that's all I've got in my brain. Oh, these are technically bushes? These are technically bushes. Okay. Which I suppose makes sense. I never regarded a dandelion as a bush. But you harvest all that. Do I need more storage? Oh, how much do you produce? 1. But it's every 3 days, which is pretty fast. It's pretty fast. Before we get too far into this, I wanted to give a shout out to Green Danger Noodle, who probably is not here, but that's okay. They are also a wonderful streamer, and one of the things to note is they showed me a blueprint mod. Someone deployed a blueprint mod yesterday. Very, very cool. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. You highlight an area, including whatever you need. Netfed, no, it's not that kind of noodle. You highlight whatever area you need, and you can just paste it wherever you want. Very straight up. Very straightforward. Yeah. Does that work? Okay, cool. Okay, so now we got a bunch of dandelion. I need to do a similar thing with berries some other time. And this gets bipped. And this gets bipped. Okay. Now, important part of this. Where'd you go? Oh. 1, 2, and we're 3 high? We're 3 high. But it's noodle. I know, trust me. Why do you think I'm so fat? Because that's how my body sees literally everything. But John, is carbs. I know is carbs. You don't think I know is carbs? That's why we're in this heavy set predicament to begin with. Because is carbs. Body, I love you, but this is not a good relationship. But John is carbs. Close one below contamination 5. Nope. Below contamination 5. Oh, is each row independent from each other? Oh, it is. Oh, that's good to know. I thought they were all synchronous. Synchronize, close below, height doesn't matter. Cool. We got an ad break in 11 seconds, folks. Great opportunity. Get up, stretch, move around. Your body will thank you. Hell, I'll even thank you. For sure. Hey, I'll even thank you. Okay. Good. We're actually missing... Oh, yeah. We're missing this bit because of... Yeah, alright. We're not going to get the whole thing built. Actually, the need for synchronicity is more important to me than anything, I guess. Even though synchronicity is not correct. Congruency? What's the word when two things are the same? If you, like, cut them in half and paste it over. Oh, it's... synonymous? That's not the right word either. I don't know how language works. Hooked on hydroponics works for me. Hooked on ponics. It's similar, but in a very literal sense. Congruent isn't correct. It starts with a C. I'll have to think about it. Synonym for congruent. Congruent synonym. Consistent, compatible, consonant, concordant, coherent, harmonious, conformable. Okay. I don't know what word I'm thinking of, but it feels like it starts with a C. Oh, that's okay, Nedvid. I appreciate the idea. I appreciate the spiritual help of the whole thing. Like that. Like that. Okay, so this should all be high priority who's a whatsery, right? Cool. That's there. Now, for the next trick, this is going to look like... And is it there exactly? It's there exactly. Okay, so sluice time. Something like that would be perfect. And do I want to raise it or do I want to lower it? I want to raise it, actually. It's going to be a little annoying, but that's just bear with me on this. So there, and then it matches the other side beautifully. Like this. And then like this. This. There. So that matches exactly to the other side's height and everything. Yeah, that's dope. I love it. Okay, cool. And then. You heard it before, folks. You're gonna hear it again. And then this just comes up like this. And that's it. That locks it all up. This should hopefully be enough to push it this way. If it isn't, what we'll do is we'll do another thing right here. And that'll be that. Yeah. Perfect. A really, really good start, right? Without putting any more effort into it, that's a really good start. Now, I use levees. And I guess I use levees to keep the moisture in. We can easily just do again, but I'm not super worried about a couple of milliliters of water. All she wrote. All we had going on. That's all she wrote, folks. What's going on down here? Pile of gross. Oh, yeah. And then the next drought, we'll concern ourselves significantly more about... oh, that filled out real nice. We'll concern ourselves a lot more about... what was I going to do? Oh, the bad water. Yeah, we'll concentrate more on capping bad water. Where's the thing? Oh, here it is. Should put some monuments and crap over here or something. Okay, so we had 23 days to do this. That's done. We have 11 more days. Might be able to get this finished up, actually. I feel so bad. Everyone's so tired, even on a 16 shift. I'm assuming what happens is during that 16-hour period, That's when the beavers will accept new work. I don't need that. That's when beavers will accept new work. So the thing is that they start a job at 15 hours and 50 minutes. And that job takes 6 hours. They'll complete the job. I'm assuming that's what's happening. But because I'm asking them to go all the way here, it's a little bit of a problem. Maybe we talk about multiple districts finally. I've been really not... I don't like to use the phrase gun shy, but just been like, I haven't really seen the real benefit to doing a lot of that. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Okay. Is everything prioritied up? This is more important than this, but I do want that to get done. Cool. And that. Okay, there's kind of nothing I really need to do right now. That can just sit and percolate. If we get that accomplished, I'm happy. All right. Carrots are being brought in. Awesome. Ah, so good. All right, while this is all happening, I'm going to go check the wiki and see if I can understand water rules a little bit better. This is the wrong wiki. Here we go. Timberborn.wiki. Not the other way around. The other one's like a fandom wiki. So what I want to better understand is water physics. I think we played enough and experimented enough that I wouldn't mind to just be like, if there's any hard and fast rules, it's like, Hat.set had some really great feedback for us. And they recommended that we build it in a 3x3 pillar grid kind of a thing. Let's see here. Okay, that didn't help at all. Here we go. Water generated, water irrigates crops, flowing water can be extracted. Okay, I want to see irrigation. Just a second, I gotta sneeze. Oh, that was a doozy. Excuse me. Okay. See here, irrigation, irrigation. Ah, here we go. Oh, there's evaporation rules and everything in the wiki. Fantastic. Thank you, Nedvet. Appreciate it. Bad water. Storage. Water can be stored. Thank you for that hat. Thank you for that hat. Gonna return the favor. I want to see if anyone claimed first, though. Someone already claimed all this stuff. Oh, no one claimed second. Ha 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 ha. They have like Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. Okay, well, this is the thing I care about most, so we'll just leave it be. But I would consider the first leg of this project to be a success. Cool. Just get this stuff right out of the map. Alright. Fluids can be stored as water or bad water in tanks. 1 block of water will provide 5 units of drinking water, and each beaver will need 2 to 3 units a day. As tanks prevent evaporation, it can store water in a much smaller volume. It's generally good to use tanks to store water where possible. However, depending on the terrain, it can be significantly cheaper to store much larger quantities of water in physical reservoirs. Okay, a small tank has a capacity of 30. A small tank has a size of 2 blocks, so it's counting horizontal volume as well. Or vertical volume, I should say. The equivalent volume in a reservoir for this is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. Okay. So for every 2 blocks, we're actually storing 6 blocks. So it's a storage of 300%, I guess. A medium tank stores 300, consumes 12 blocks, but stores 60. So for 6 times the size, it stores 10 times the volume. Awesome. A large tank is 27 blocks, so it's more than double the size, but it's quadruple the normal reservoir size from a medium tank. That's awesome. Okay, that's good to know. What else can we learn? Evaporation. Oh, I got the sniffles so bad now. Excellent. Fluid blocks evaporate proportionally to their adjacency scores. The depth of the fluid does not influence the evaporation rate. But if multiple blocks of fluid in a single column are not vertically connected, they are dealt with separately. Fully sealed pipes still experience evaporation. Okay, so this depth is better than this, but it's still really, really wide, so we're not really saving a lot of evaporation. See here, adjacency score. A 3x3 pool. 4 corners with a score of 3, 4 edges with a score of 5, a center block with a score of 8. Total loss of water would be 1.4 blocks per day, which means the pool drops by approximately 0.12 meters a day. Reservoir is larger than 3x3. Okay. Irrigation. That's what I want to... That's where I really wanted to go, because I want to design the farm with math. Maths. M-A-F-F-S. Maths. It's hard to say even as a joke. John used the power of maths. It was confusing for literally all parties involved. I do need another triple plat. There. So then we could do... I'm in the wrong tab. Oh, I can tell this is going to be a good stream. I was thinking of playing something like Factorio to kind of wake me up a little bit more. That's not going to happen, is it? I don't need that guy at all, actually. But as we recede, we'll put level 2s here, so it just spills out as quickly as it can. We're not going to get this all done. We'll get pretty darn close, I think. Okay, back to the thing. How many days do we have left? 5? Okay, hold on. I don't want to deal with any of that, so we're going to wrap this up kind of early. Cool. Thanks. Okay, it's possible to increase the amount of fluid in a single block. I don't care about that. Storage channels, canals, aqueducts, underground pipes. I don't think I care about that. Irrigating, here we go. Due to evaporation rates, using channels for irrigation is not often a practical option, which is what we were using for our first game, which is totally fine. We were just learning, right? So actually, while we're kind of chill vibing on this, let's talk through this from a practical perspective. We'll treat this like a 201 class as opposed to a 1v1 class. So our first town ever was Timberville. Timberville. I'm a very hands-on person, so like if we could do a proper talk it out, I'd rather properly talk it out so I understand the core value, right? So, using channels for irrigation is usually not a practical option if they're used. Using 3 wide channels result in the least amount of evaporation, but also marginally fewer blocks of workable ground per block of water than the 6 provided from both 1 and 2 wide channels. So what they mean is... this is the wrong save. What was our first... I think Timberville was our first save. Yes, it was. Oh gosh, it looks so different. Wait a minute. Ah, that's why the camera was the camera was rotating. Okay. So, these channels that we set up for our first agricultural district, like our first real agri-district, right? These channels are fine and maximize the amount of area you can irrigate. That's the trade-off. But they also suffer from a high level of evaporation based on the rules, right? We have a lot more surface area, and the way we countered that was we dug down a bit. We dug Dimmadome down a bit. So we went down 2 layers? Yeah, so this was the first layer. We went down another layer, and what that provided was much more volume. It didn't change the evaporation rules significantly, but this was kind of the deal. It is a good save, yeah. I was really happy for our first go. I was really happy with how this turned out. And of course our ultra dense resi block. Holy crap, it's really tough to look at. um, but yeah, this worked out really well. So this is what they mean by channel irrigation. Our second game, Beaver Bum, we did a similar thing as well, because I was looking strictly for highest rate of return, which was the volume of food. And not, like, evaporation was a minimal thing, because we went from, we're feeding from the main river, and I'm not storing enough nearly, to we're storing a ton. This was our first try with the Iron Teeth. Same thing, right? We did the same thing. What we also learned was build bigger pools so we have more storage. But this still hastened evaporation, which was not a good thing. We did better with this guy. This was our side reservoir. This goes down 6 or whatever. The idea behind that was I wanted to limit how much evaporation was happening, but I wanted to have as much ancillary storage as possible. So that was the idea behind this guy. That worked out pretty well. Also, this is where we came to terms with how much we could actually store, and I was like, yeah, just store all the things. And then we also had this nonsense patrol. Oh gosh, I took some psychic damage off of that one. And then we played Dam River. This was our first time playing on 1.x. So if anything, this is more of a good refresher class for me to better understand how I've changed as a player. And maybe not like for the, like, we don't have like gigantic differences, but just like how I've been playing, just so also folks understand. So this is still another, this was another very big channel style, right? Just channel it all out, block it up, store it out. This also taught us how the aquifers work. This save was also pretty good. I like this, but we still haven't come to the maximum amount of irrigation. So this one's a little different, maybe, because we did this circle thing. Yeah, Dam River. I'll show you cliffs, because this is another hard game I was trying and kicking around stuff. I was using this as my creative mode, kind of a thing, without cheating. But it was just like, I want to be in a hard mode to see if any of the rules are different. But this was the same thing. This one was really tough, but still a lot of fun. I haven't finished it, but this is, like I said, this is like my kick around world. But same thing here. Isolate it out, do this whole channel thing. That brings us back to the Hardwood Hamlet. So let's go back and see what the recommendation is. If they're using 3 wide channels, result in the least amount of evaporation, but allows for marginally fewer blocks of workable ground per block of water, than 6 provided from both 1 and 2 wide channels. The most efficient way to irrigate an area in terms of both evaporation and workable ground is using a 3x3 pond of water filled by fluid pumps. Although this requires the employment of workers to maintain and consumes a small portion of supply of drinkable water, it's also possible to use high aqueducts feeding into sealed-off ponds if evaporation is not much of a concern. Even though the canal evaporates quickly through drought, the pond lasts significantly longer, easily outlasting droughts and bad tides without consuming stored water. Okay. So, what they're recommending is a straight up 3x3. So that. Now, the other recommendation they had about that, and I'm just going to get rid of this because I don't want it to accidentally be done. What they recommended off the cuff was using a fluid dump. So we would do something like this, and we would manually fill it. Not a bad plan. I don't hate that. This is going to have to get redone. But the second recommendation they did, considering this is quite high, what we could do is we could start talking aqueducts, right? So this actually gives us a really good opportunity to have that chat. What we would do is, how much? All the science. All the single science. All the single science. We could bifurcate like right here. No. But wall it, platform it over. And bring it over here or whatever. And then we would surround it with not dirt. We don't want to lose water in the process. We'd probably surround it with levees. We could talk aqueduct style thing. That might be cool. Or we flat this and reform this a little bit, and then do it like right here, build it up a little. Maybe that's our jam. Well, that's how that would effectively work. This all goes away. Thank you. That's a level 2. We got time. Got time. This doesn't have to get done. Would be cool, but it's not necessary. Okay. I should check if we have dirt. I think I re-enabled that? I did. I did? I did. Those 3 workers out for now. Thank you. This is exciting. I've never tried an aqueduct before. We talked about it in the Iron Teeth game. I think we talked about it a bunch, or maybe our first game. I think our first game, our first Folktale game, we talked about building aqueducts, but I was like, I'd rather stick to basics so I could understand the core concepts of everything first. Not that the idea of... Yeah, it's gone forever. Not that the idea of aqueducts is confusing or scary or anything. Parents, talk to your children about aqueducts. Water flow affects all of us, even more today. Parents... Actually, kids, talk to your parents about the importance of aqueducts. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's me in front of a fireplace, smoking jacket. Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there. I'm JohnMegacycle. And here, I'm going to talk to you about water flow and range. Did you know that water flow affects several people every minutes? It's a true thing I just said. several people's every minutes. Can't refute that math if neither of us understand it. Yeah, right. Now I just need the foundation to be... Hi, I'm JohnMegacycle, owner and CEO of Water Pressure Affects Several People's Every Minutes. Hi. How you doing? It's good coffee, oh man. Okay, there's that. And I think that looks pretty dope. I think that looks pretty dope right there. If we can get that maxed out, that'd be great. Oh boy, nothing to do in range if you're still complaining about the farm, and that's okay. Ah, sorry, I had to crack those like crazy. We're low on metal. I shut off metal production while the kits are coming of age. I actually have no idea how long it takes. No, that's not what I wanted. I don't know how long... I would like to know how long adulthood takes in general, so I have some better math about that. Let's see here. Okay, tab. Search Timberborn Wiki. Adulthood. That didn't help. What if we look up the Folktale specifically? Considering both have different growing mechanics, I'd assume? Okay, Folktales, here we go. Population and housing. It does not have specifics on adulthood cycles, which is fine. I was just curious about it. Utarunku, welcome to the stream. You're doing well? Hope you're feeling good today. Vigorous, strong, mentally agile. Probably some fourth thing. I have no idea. Yeah. Now we have a stupid amount of carrots. Too many carrots, it seems. Not necessarily a bad thing. We did run out of water, though, but not technically. It depends on well-being. Oh, I did not realize that that would be a thing. Oh, dope. Okay, cool. All right, so then I'm not really gonna worry about the math. I guess the only thing I was wondering was like, it takes 10 days for a kit to become an adult on 0% productivity or well-being or whatever, because then I could do the math from there. So I knew that. I knew the adults live longer, the better the well-being. If I was any better, I'd be twins. Good? Good. Good? I'm gonna say good. Alright, this gets kiboshed. This gets recovered. Thank you. So, this should be no problem whatsoever, right? Okay, easy. Easy. Cool. That's dope. Alright, awesome. This can be a fun pet project for whatever, whenever to get finished. Are we good on... That can be that. To a view online. We're full on lumber. Oh, we're full on planks. Wow. Yeah, having my industry being able to run all day, all night really changes the game. Do I need more bad? I need so much more bad water. Extract. Yeesh. This turns back on. Paper. Planks. Gears. Buildings are unstaffed. That sucks. I could probably shut off a... Oh my god, I built a hauler's post instead of a builder's guild? No wonder why my population's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Alright, whatever, it's fine. Not even mad about it. Okay, so this is one thing I've opened. Does not seem correct. Yep, you. There we go. I think we said 1.10, something like that is the... Oh, boy. Oh, no, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Who am I trying to convince with this, right? Who am I trying to convince? Don't worry, it's fine. Nothing is terribly broken or wrong. Okay. We've got some time. We've got a ton of resources. We have still a bunch of build power. Why are you guys walking? Why? Makes me so sad. We have a ton of carrots that are going to be just marinated in water. Not the best carrots, but they are carrots. We got lumber. We have all the materials we need right now, except for food. So as this gets built out, I want to start talking about that whole aqueduct thing. Now, one thing we could do is we could seize all this land and just build some tunnels. Maybe they just want to walk. You know what? That's fair. You know what? Totally 100% fair. 100% cool. I'm not an anti-bipedal walking person. I highly doubt anyone shaking their fist to the heavens and be like, "Damn it, people that like to walk and enjoy the freedom of movement." All right, Granddad, kick it down a notch, huh? Okay, so how do we want to design this? I think for our first try, I don't mind it if we do... It's really good to take a walk, yeah. Even as I've been getting a bit older, I really appreciate just a walk. I don't have to sprint, not looking to run a marathon or anything, just like a good walk feels real good though. Okay, right, we're building this all the way out. Seal it up proper. Then we'll do some cleanup, and this is going to be farmland. Now, like I said, the idea is a 3x3. So we'll probably pull this down a little bit and do a 3x3. They had a chart. 3x3 levee with irrigation in range. Looks like a 3x3 does 18 squares in every direction, north, south, east, west, from the center. Call that still a real good amount of farming, though. Ooh, bad tide. That is exciting. We're going to be able to try our thing out. Oh, most of it. Hold on. Dirt? We have dirt. Is this not prioritized anymore? It is. I think if I just do the top, yeah. We can get this done the next 3 days. That would be incredible. I doubt that's going to happen, though. Would be nice, though. My favorite walk after 2 a.m. So cool in the winter, too. Yeah. Yep. Nice thing about going for a walk in the winter is there's not a lot of other people going for a walk in the wintertime. I used to work third shift, and it was one of the things that I really low-key appreciated is when I drove to work, everyone was already home, right? Want to go out for lunch? Not a lot of places open at midnight or 2 a.m., but just get in the car and sit in the car and change your socks and change your shirt, and everything's just so quiet. It was nice. Yeah. I'm just watching this like a hawk. There's nothing else I really need to check on or watch. We got some workers? Not really. I don't need that right now, thanks. I'd rather get some more water pulled in before anything else. I'm really excited to see how this whole thing backfires. And that might sound really conceited or a weird thing to say out loud, but the thing is, like, once I understand how a system fails, I can design the next system to be better. But yeah, this is not even eating up, what, 25% of the throughput of one of these? Yeah, perfect. There's going to be a lot of sloshing. That's why I raised this as much as I could, because these gates are going to probably flop on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, when the bad tide approacheth. When the bad tide approacheth. There's 2 things that can be built here. Once we get to this corner, this will round out real nice. And I don't think we're going to get it done. But again, the real quest line wasn't to have it all 100%. This cuts out... What is this? 75%? Or 70% maybe? And this is 30%? If we're talking about ratios. Like, we cut a lot out. Cut a lot out before as well. I could use a little more water. Yeah. Hit me up with the good stuff, man. I'm honestly really looking forward to just redoing our residential bits. But I don't want to touch any of that until more farming is done. I really appreciate games like this because the changes aren't always immediately present. Any automation game, I can say with some confidence, works like this. When you make a change to a system, you'll notice it down the line, but making a very, very small change, like let's say, I added 5 more iron mines in Factorio. Is that a really big deal? No, but that could translate to a bunch of steel over time you didn't have. Now, granted, you'll see a bigger change as you add more and more and more stuff, but even if, like, oh, I changed a couple of assembly machines around, you don't see that impact immediately, but you would... Huh? Do you not like it when I talk? I'm gonna pause the game real quick. Up. Say hi to the peoples? You want to say hi to the peoples? Hey. Oh, you are especially lovey today, my man. What's got you all up in a tizzy? Alright, we'll shut the gate in a second. Oh, God. What happened? Okay, so remember when I said sloshing? Okay. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. So we got... Okay, so this needs to change. This needs to change to like 3% or so. It has to stop earlier. It comes as such a hit, though. This is great. Oh, I'm sorry. I booped you. Okay, you got some eye cruddies. Hi. Okay, can I get at my keyboard, please? Thank you. But this is exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah. It's not overwhelming on this side, and we have a whole nother sluice thing. Close below contamination. 3, let's say. I think 3 is a better number. Yeah. So little is coming through, I didn't even change the floodgate. That's awesome. That's, yeah. That's brilliant. Well, that's a bit more automated than I would have thought. Now, the thing that's going to suffer is our power plant. Because there's so much less flow now, there's just not much going on. Which is arguably fine. It's arguably fine. I mean, I can technically argue anything. Yeah, it's arguably fine. Okay. You want to keep an eye on this, though. Hey, look at how gross that is, right? Ew. Little of this and a little bit of that, because Nico was my computer cat. This all looks fine to me. I don't think we have really anything to worry about. We got metal coming in. Yeah, let's wait till this gets done up. This can all... Hey. That's my water. Can no has. No can has water. Then we have 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bad water sources. Yikes. Frickin' yikes. Hi. I can't move my controller around because Nico's occupying my left hand because he's such a sweetie. Okay, while this is happening, let's see if there's any other notes about irrigation that are denoted in the wiki. That'd be good to know. Let's see here. Underground pipes. Communicating vessels. I wonder what that means. Oh, okay. If you have multiple vessels, they load evenly. Got it. They load and unload evenly. Think of like why water towers are generally built high on a hill. As it provides water pressure to your faucet in your house or whatever. So, okay, that's cool. Let's see here. Aqueducts. With update 6, fluids no longer require solid connection to the ground, meaning aqueducts are possible. The two main ways of building aqueducts are wooden platforms, or with overhangs using levees and impermeable floors to hold the fluid. Although wooden platforms do not require metal to build and use fewer materials overall, using them will require a lot more individual buildings, resulting in significantly longer construction time. Although they do allow paths and certain things, like medical beds, to be built beneath them, larger buildings as well as trees, bushes, and crops are not able to be built or grown here. Using overhangs cuts down on the footprint significantly, allowing space for large buildings and plants, and is much quicker to build, though they do need metal. A 1 wide, 1 deep aqueduct itself can be built with either 5 levees or 2 levees and 1 impermeable floor. Let's see here. 1, 2... Oh, like a U shape. Or 2 levees and an impermeable floor. Okay. The former requires more logs and is taller, but does not require metal. The latter is significantly cheaper, materials is shorter, but needs metal to build. That's fine. Let's see here. It's possible to build underground pipes using dynamite to create a channel, followed by wooden platforms, or overhangs with levees or impermeable floor atop them to close off the pipe. With vertical shafts built from levees, although this result in non-terrain blocks at the ground surface, preventing plants from being grown there, it has no overgrown structure, so buildings can be built without restriction above it. Interesting. Okay. That's good to know. That's a lot of that's not super duper new information, but that's still good to know. But just for sake of conversation. How much science? I have enough science. I would like this. Thanks. So if we want an aqueduct. Let's see here. Something's wrong on the right side. It shouldn't flow anymore. Sorry, I'll stop moving the camera around. You're right, this shouldn't. Yep, you are correct. I did not set it at all. Thank you. I think I agreed on 3%, so we don't have that huge backwash of badness. Yep. I didn't set it at all. Good eye. Yep. I thought I set it? Oh, I did set it, but I removed the whole thing, and then I replaced it, and I'm like, yeah, it's set, no problem. Don't even worry about it. Yep, perfect. Thank you for that. Brilliant. Brilliant. A bottle opener on the bottle? Brilliant. Is that like a Guinness commercial in like the early 2000s? A bottle opener on the bottle? Brilliant. I don't remember, but I think that was it. Dude, you're just shouting brilliant over and over and over again. That was the whole thing. There's like 5 or 6 commercials, and that was it. The something something on the something something? Brilliant! This and other dumb crap makes me smile. Sure. Okay, power's looking bad. That's okay. We have the materials for more. How do I want to design this? This kind of feels really stupid if I just do... Oh. Hey. Claws. We've had this chat. I guess I've had this chat. I don't know where you've been, but I guess I've had this chat. What we could do... I don't know if you could build all the way up, though. This would be considered on the thing? I guess it would be neat is if we did something like this. I don't know if you can build that. Let's see if you can build that. Well, that means I would need a lot of... I don't mind doing this one at a time to save on some juice. Hi. Whenever Nico wants my attention, what he does is he claws me a little bit. That sounds bad, but it's not what you think. When he was a wee kitten, I worked really hard to give him some basic training, and not like jump, sit, fetch daddy his slippers, nothing like that, but just like when I'm talking to someone and he wants my attention, now he gets up on the desk, but what he used to do was he used to just put his paw on my arm, and it was really, really cute. And I would give him attention. I'd give him all the attention he... Hey, how's it going? Yeah. No, love you too, man. That would be it. So now, He's gotten older. He's also become a little less patient. So now he'll put his paw on my arm and the claws will come out. And he's not trying to rend or scratch me or anything, but it's just... What do you want? Ow, ow, ow. You want to know right now? Okay. Yes, you look great. Don't do that! Oh my god! That's why beavers are unwell. Nope, get up there. No. And now you're stuck. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Oh no! Oh, man. Alright, well... Come on out. Hey, guess what? 3-hour workday. Dang it. Cool, great, thanks. Y'all are gonna die, and that sucks. Good. Great chat. I kind of did this on purpose, hoping they would build the platform out and then come here and work it back, but there is technically a way to get down there, and that's technically a problem. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, we've got 8 sick beavers. We have 16 kits, though, so that'll work itself out in the wash, I guess. Shut that off. Explosives. Oh, yeah. Planks. Could use a little more. Okay, we got carrots. Actually, does this box of carrots deteriorate? Huh. Interesting. Ooh, this is almost done. Nice. You alright, doofus? I don't know what your fascination with paper is, but you have to pay bills. Cats, am I right? Stranded. Yeah, you're dead. I'm sorry. Oh, you guys built this backwards too. No. That's fine. You know what? I don't even care. Homeless. Unemployed. Wet fur is a plus though, so that's good. Even though it's covered in gross. Oh boy. Okay, how's this coming along? Hey, we're about finished with this guy. Cool. Now, what hopefully ought to happen is these resources should just... Yep, perfect. Nope. Okay, so, as you can see, I think the levees are doing the work that I wanted. We didn't need the contaminated ground save thing. You want this? Can't have that. Sit right there like a good boy and just chill out. Oh my gosh. Alright, so the math was 18 in every direction, was that right? 18 in every direction from the logical center. Oh, time to hydrate hat. Oh, I think Nedved beat me to it as well. Fantastic. Thank you, Nedved. Oh no! I thought we were done with this! Ah, crap. No, we're gonna lose some water. It's probably fine. Yeah, inside the house is okay. Outside the house, not okay. No one wanna... No one want to do anything about this? Oh, the bottom piece was set to low. The top piece was set to high. Very frickin' good. Oh, I'm bad at priorities and everything. Normally, Nico is very much a, you know what, I'm done with this, I'm done with you, you're dumb and you're fat, and I hate it. And I'm like, yep, 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 rude, but I get it. And he just skedaddles, but today's just very, very close. Turkey lurkey gobble gobble. Yeah, we didn't lose a lot of water here. Enough that it was annoying, sure. I'm not going to bother planting carrots. No point for it. Okay, so let's plan this out a little bit better. What I want is you to stop messing with the paperwork. Okay. I love you very much, but thank you. Alright. Give it about 15 minutes and he's just going to start whining. Oh, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. And I'm back. Just like that. Animals are generally oily. I'm a mammal. I got oil on my hands. Not like too much, but like I really enjoy washing my hands, legit. My cats, I'm a little allergic to, but I loves them so much. So it's important that I wash my hands on the regular, just get that tidied up real quick like. Really cuts down on the dander on my hands as I game. And I also, once every other month, once a month something, I take apart my mouse, take apart my keyboard, and my keyboard is in like 4 layers or something. So the top layer is just the keys, no electronics, and I just scrub the heck out of it. Twice I put it in the dishwasher. Just get it cleaned up. Yeah, good clean. The mouse I have comes apart in like 4 layers, 3 layers maybe. Same deal. Just chuck it right in the dishwasher. No problem. No problem. That's how you say it. Prablablam. Prablablam. I think I want to cut this out a little bit better in terms of levees because that's going to give us some water protection. So instead of demoing this down and reorganizing it, I think what I'm going to do is something just real stupid. But I've got the resources, right? Why not? Something like that. Something like that. Stuff will evaporate. And I'll take care of that. Called it. What'd I say? 5 minutes? Not even. Nico, you can come back in here. Aw. Widow man. So this should cut down whatever contamination by a significant amount. That can look like that. Just trying to get all the foundations set up. We can change how it looks and everything later, but the fact that this is dry and this is contaminated bad caca-poo-poo pee-pee water shows some real good promise. So it's 18 squares, I said? From dead center? 18. So if we want... let's see here. What's a corner? 12 is a corner. If we say 12, the lower left corner kind of feels like it should be something right about here. 1, 2. I'm not aiming for like 100% coverage. But if that's it, I think that'll get us something solid. Oh, I can't draw anymore. 12. Let's see here. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gets us pretty close to some stuff. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. We don't lose too much land, I don't think, that way. We do lose a lot this way. This is gonna have to get cleaned up a bunch. But I think I'm pretty happy with that in general. Yeah, so we'll knock this down, I don't know, 2 layers, 3 layers. That's going to be our water reservoir. Oh, look at that. Yeah, all that corruption there is gone. Slowly taking it back. That goes away. Thank you. And this can get done up. I like how that pops the debris up. Now this is much easier to work with. Yep, awesome. My stance on resources are really something that I got from a weird mix of SimCity and RTS games. When it comes to SimCity, you develop what's known as a turtle strategy, which is you want to make sure you've got a little extra money on hand, no matter what. Disaster, have some extra money. What else? In later SimCity games, protests, you want to make sure that you've got enough money to address issues that are kind of ad hoc, right? What else? Loan payment, you want to make sure that you've got that. If you want to invest in bigger projects, it's really prudent to have a lot of extra money. Right. In RTS games, the opposite is true. Your objective is to build a base, harvest local resources, and beat the snot out of somebody else. You don't get an award for having a bunch of money on hand. The idea is spend the cash. Spend the cash, build the military, get it done, right? Invest in infrastructure to get more money to build the military, that kind of a thing, right? This is kind of a nice mix of both because we want to keep spending the resources as we have them. We're not getting bonus points for having unharvested oaks, right? If we've got the stuff, let's spend the stuff. That's kind of the vibe. Once we're out of this, we'll build up our power grid some more, and that'll be that. I'm amazed only 6 beavers got contaminated out of all of that. Give me some out. Give me some out. Oh, is any? Aw, now that I'm done paying attention to Nico, it's your time to move in on some lures. Yeah, for years I was playing what's known as the turtle strats, and I said that already. I'm not awake yet. Turtle strats are, yeah, save the money, stash the money for a bad event, which is perfect for SimCity, terrible for Command & Conquer. I will want to do a better job about busting out some of this, but the main thing is the farmland. So right now this is barely, if not a little less, yeah, Zenny, is a little less on what we need. So the idea is, the first thing I'd like to get into is potatoes, or something has a much better longevity. That way we could stash potatoes and baked potatoes, but we'll get there. I also want to redo our residential block, and I keep saying that because I do. It's one of those things I find I'm never truly content with, and that's fine. Being unhappy with something is a good thing, because that spurs change, right? It's what gets change going on. We're going to do a little bit of hitting up here. Then, can you guys reach everything if I do this? Can. Fantastic. Okay, that uses the land a little bit better. Also, if we could get rid of that and that, I want to move some other stuff around. We have an ad kicking off in about a minute here, folks. Hope you'll follow my lead. Get up, move around, stretch. That whole thing. Does this not work? Actually seems like the best spot for this thing. Alright. Well, we'll do some more relocating and such. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna get up and move around. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you for that. Oh, appreciate it. Find I just sit for too long in the same position, obviously, but what happens ultimately is I start to curl up like a shrimp. I just want to get closer to the screen. I don't need to. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Alright. I think I might move this over here a little bit more to give us a bit more space. But we still have a lot to build up, so no worries about that. Also, I'm going to want another one of these, like, here, or whatever the center is, to save on how much effort's being done by the farmers themselves. So we can confirm this is all done. Awesome. We have so many resources, it's insane. I am gonna actually build another builders union now. 4 workers there is fine. Yeah, I totally did the wrong one. Well, isn't that cute? But it's wrong! Alright, just to help out with some of this, I don't know where y'all are coming from. Cool. Yeah, no corruption. Brilliant. Love it. That looks like that. Feeling heavy on the levy. Let's do that. Awesome. That gives us a lot of workable land. This we're going to knock down. There's no need for any of this. So if we could get that going on. Stuff. Yeesh. Yeesh. Hey, Zenny. Zenny's a weird one because he very much wants to be on my lap. He'll paw at the chair and he'll make movements that he wants me to pick him up. And the second I do, he latches on and freaks out. He's like, no, 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 not like this, not like this, not like this, and just like have a little freak out. But the second he's on my lap, he'll be like, oh, okay, well, that's a kind of what I wanted. Yeah, all right. He took a lot of time to kind of desensitize a little bit with like the vacuum cleaner in the other room. We've talked about that before. Still a cutie. He also really did not like his hands or toes messed with. But the thing is, like, I gotta take care of these cats, right? So trimming their nails is a regular thing to do for a cat. Not like every day, certainly, but like, I don't know, once every 2 months? Once every 3 months? You don't want them to go so long that they curl right back into the bean. That's not fun. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Into the tune of Sail Away. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Alright. We are making some real change, that is for sure. Got 7 dudes not doing stuff, huh? I'm not going to build another builder's thing. Ow, sorry about that. That was me. That was me. It's 18, right? 18. What if... What if I put it right here on the corner? Granted, we're losing like a whole quadrant here, but that might not be terrible. So this is the corner. I'd have to go down like 6 more in order for that to work. Like for that to be min-maxed or whatever. But this wouldn't be a bad start. Let's see if this is the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a circle? I think I'd be alright with that. Is it 8 or 12? 3, 4, 8. We're talking about 9-ish from the corner of the water, not the corner from where we need to do the drops. If we're going to do the drops thing. Okay, now I want to see this just flood back in. Now, as a reminder, I haven't changed the levee, because the idea is the good water gets passed through. There we go. And so the levee here, still set to 0.95, yeah. So this might actually get a flush of bad stuff as it splashes over. Very little made it over. Middle is dry, that's flowing. Yeah, we're getting a little caca-poo-poo-pee-pee, but it looks like it's, yeah, it's gonna dilute pretty fast. Neat. That's fairly automatic, I'd say. Super duper. Alright. So, if we block this completely, which we would have to do if we put that there, is that okay? It's our game. Of course it's okay. Let's do that. Levee. Levee. Let's start off like that. Now, I would like that to be the corner. Yeah. We got enough walkable distance everywhere else. I don't see why not. So there's that. That goes that way for the 12. Perfect. Nope, I'm cool with that. I think from an aesthetic perspective, that's pretty alright. Oh, we got a little bit of overflood. Hi. 1.05 maybe? That looks like that corrected itself. Okay. And you're at maximum. You're not at maximum. We could do a little bit of reworking on that for sure. Okay, now how far is this? 12 actually gets us to about here. 18 to the, and we're going for 18, right? Yeah, okay. I'm delighted with this. This is great. The only thing I really need is another zip line to go here and the farm, so we could actually work all the fields, and that kind of does it. So let's see, how many farms do we have now? 3? I would absolutely like 4 or something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, right in the middle. That's gonna block that off for now. What if we did it the other way? It'd be just as fine. Yeah, I don't hate it. Yeah. Now the other thing we need to do is we need to get water in here somehow, right? This path is already going to be occupado. Not that big of a deal. It needs to be 1 wide. Or 1 deep, I guess. This guy. Just like, oh, what up? No. Thank you. Sound like a Formula 1 car again. No. Okay. Looks good. Very good. Oh, let's start with the beehives right away. Preemptive beehives this time instead of being like, why is nothing? Oh, I forgot about the freaking beehives. I think 4 apart I like. And then 6 apart this way, something. Yeah, I think that looks good. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, and we'll go more that way in a second. Cool. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Nope. Staramara. I almost forgot my own meme. No. Oh, I almost forgot my own meme. Okay. This is another beautiful cycle of kind of nothing happening. Like, nothing I gotta prepare for or worry about. Now, what do we want to plant? Kind of serious that I did want a zipline to be closer for hauling and all that. I don't want any of the storage here, I don't think. Though we easily could. Could stash it here? That might not be a bad waste of the area. Yeah, let's do that. Though this is a lot of farmland I'm sacrificing, so let's also work on that too. Or levees. This is weird because I have so much frickin' wood right now, right? Let's do something like that. Perfect. Oh, I see. This is going to be that kind of a problem, is it? There we go. Easy. Look at that. Cool. Not perfect, but that's a lot of work that still has to get done. If we knock this down by 2, yeah, even more usable land. Perfect. I keep saying perfect. I'm just so excited about how this is going. I will admit something. The whole difficulty curve I thought was going to be a lot more tougher for longer. Can we get this built first? Where was that ladder? It was right there. I'd like to get this built before the bad tide shows up, just so our industry can keep running. Actually, don't do that. The bad tide, the bad water's still coming here. We should do this when we have a drought. That's when that should be done. How is our extract? Extract is great. Explosives are great. Bad water is great. Awesome. Nice, look at that. Oh, I missed one. Oh, it was the wrong height anyway. Alright, never mind. Was the wrong height anyway. Get some other bits done. Get that done. That done. Cool. Very, very cool. I guess, can you guys not reach some of this? No. No, it's good. That is something I wouldn't mind to look up again. It was the beehive? Beehive. When I looked at this up before, the only thing that it really said was, like, helps grow plants. It's like, duh, but, like, what's the range of stuff? Beehives, the range is 7 by 7. They do not boost the growth of bushes or trees. Placing beehives has risk of bee sting. Let's see here. As beehives occupy blocks that could be used by crops, minimize the overlap of affected areas. Additionally, negative well-being induced by bee stings. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let's see here. The growth rate is approximately 43% of overall time. The boost is applied to 3 crops every 2 hours. Got it. Boosted crops have a cooldown 24 hours. Overlapping fields redistribute remaining bonuses. You don't have to worry about wasting boosts. I guess when I read that before, it says in here, don't overlap. But it was like, well, if we want more stuff to last longer, we should overlap? Let's not overlap. Let's do this again. The spacing of 6. I guess I'm alright with that. If we go with that idea, sure. Yeah. I'm cool with that. Yeah, like I said, when I originally read it, it really sounded like the logic was, let's see, in a full growing cycle, since a beehive can't get all of the tiles, make sure that you have a little overlap. I don't know if there was a different wiki I got that from or what, but that seemed to be the logic at the time. The point. No worries about it. This is really lame, probably, but I could just watch this all day. Game is fun to just really see come together. Oh, right, I didn't plant any crops, did I? Just to get started, let's do a like for like as to what we have is to what we're getting, right? So let's see here. I want 16 by 18 of carrots. I'm very confident I don't have a 16 by 18 here. There's a bunch missing, but it's actually pretty close. It's actually pretty close to what we already have. So if this is what we already have, everything else is gravy. That is what I'm looking for. Pure gravy. What is the next thing I want? Sunflowers are real easy. It's a plant it and it's done. I don't have to stress too much about processing or anything like that. One and done. Cool. Yep, and then the wiki said, as I already mentioned, is you either have a tank here for storage and a dump thing here, or you aqueduct it in or something. I think we'll be fine considering how much of this we've taken. And there's the bad tide. Is the water still coming in? That's excellent. And there we go. Stopped. That's automatic without it being sluice automatic. What I might inevitably do is bust this out and put another sluice in here. And just push it right in like that. We'll see, though. Can I get some priority on that? We're going to be hurting for workers for... Uh-oh. I didn't turn the water back on. Uh-oh. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah, we've already got a little bit of die-off here, or a little dryness. There we go. Mine Chief, hello! I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How are you doing? Those of you who don't know, Mine Chief 24. Mine Chief 24 also has been playing Timberborn. I have really appreciated checking out their stream, seeing everything from fresh eyes, right? A new perspective kind of a thing. That's my vibe. I like you guys to not be here right now. We'll wait till it's done time. Oh, nope, we'll wait. This is how I accidentally kill some beeves, and I don't want to kill any beeves. How far did you get last night? I unfortunately had a couple of phone calls I had to attend to, so I wasn't really able to watch everything. When we last met, Mine Chief, what we've done is what was happening was rerouting of water systems. And it was really cool because my personal take on that is every map is different. So especially when I meet like different or new players, I'm like, you kind of gotta wing it. It sounds like a real bad answer, but it's like, I don't know, like a Saturday morning cartoon. It's like, we knew that friendship was the treasure all along. And it's like, that's lame. I want a broadsword. And it's like, but friendship is the broadsword of friendship all along. Or whatever. It's just a weird thing. But like every map is a little different. So no, it's been really cool to see how they've done their own problem solving and everything. Suppose when, I don't know, 9? 8? Sure. I don't really even need a sluice here. Last night ended up well. That is excellent to hear, my friend. Hot jams. Do you have any pictures? What the? That's not what I wanted. Do you have any pictures of your build that you'd like to share with the stream here? Like to show off people's builds and everything? Like if there's something that's like, man, I'm really proud of this. This might be the dumbest thing on the planet, but this is my favorite thing that I've done. That kind of a thing. That's what I like to see. Now, this isn't really getting this the way I was hoping it would. But I don't even know how this is getting water. Weird. More sluices! Good day, Kira. Hope you are doing well today. Is this not 18? Did I not count this right? 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, blank. According to the wiki, this should be getting plenty of water. Entirely sure why it is not. Weird. I ended up building almost like a big water tank with an aqueduct over my main dam, sadly visiting a friend so don't have access to pictures. Hey, no, that's totally cool. No, it's totally cool. If anything, just a, bit of a, hey, show off what you got next time kind of a thing. I always like to show off people's stuff. But no, for real, for real. I hope visiting with your friend goes well. Yeah, we have a bit of a problem existing right now. I'll take those 3 workers and those 3 workers. That's still not enough. I don't need another builders union right now. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure why we're getting this. This makes sense because this is wet. That tracks. I mean, this is wet, so that's good. This is not wet because levees. Also makes sense. Huh. Well, this is going to be wet, so that's fine. Yeah. Maybe weird, maybe not, whatever. Anyway. We're going to go ahead and get this started to block up a little bit here. I start with that. That'd be perfect. We could do another 3x3 over here. I would lose a bunch of farmland. But we could do another underground thing, 3x3, just for sake of storage and whatever. I guess I don't hate that. I guess I didn't want to do a bunch of channels if I could avoid a bunch of channels. But whatever. I need another housing. Thanks. Need to start looking underground more now. There's a lot of really great stuff to learn about this game. I'm still absolutely stupefied that when I first played the game, I was like, I think I'm going to play this like for 8 hours, 12 hours, and just move on. But there's really been a lot of depth to how things can get built and processed. And it's been real cool. Yeah. Put this here. You probably can't connect. Too many connections is perfect. Yeah, too many connections is perfect, because that tells me I can trim the line. But I need my haulers to get here and scoot. Speaking of scoot, we're done with this. Yeah, we're done with all of that. Thank you. Get the rest of that cleaned up. Move it over here. So we lost, what, 3, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 11 tiles? Is it worth me doing 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 11 tiles like this just to get 11 tiles back? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. That's getting built. Construction is waiting. Yep. That's getting built. Yep, perfect. Perfect. A week! Hey, thanks for that. Much appreciated. Much obliged. Oh, them sunflowers were planted in a hurry. Right, y'all can cover. Awesome. Ugh, God, I zoomed out. Why did I zoom out? My problem in RTS games as well. Don't zoom out. Why? Because then you'll see how screwed you are. Oh no, I zoomed out. Oh no. We get sunflower, sunflower, priority, priority also. Thanks. I think I got a way to get down there. Okay. This is gonna be a little less magic and a little more tragic, but let's see if we can get this done. Yeah, fine, actually. This is a twofer. So this is a problem. You can't inject a 1 tile into a 2 tile thing that's already built. You gotta bust it up and just add 2 ones. Not big of a deal. Good? Great. Dandelion's high priority, obtain goods, cool. The haulers will do the hauling thing. Speaking of hauling thing, I am. Yes, this is 1.x. So we've got some other neat things around. I'm not going to spoil any of the mechanics changes or anything, but we have some geothermal stuff. Yep, spiral staircase. There's geothermal vents. There's some. There's a bunch of cool stuff. I really don't want to spoil anything, so I'm excited to share it. Right? I got that puppy brain where it's like, I want to share all the things. I want to show you everything, but it's at the same time it's like, all right, pump the brakes a little bit there. Let them figure it out on their own. You get excited too often sometimes. For real and for real. Requires haulers to function. There we go. That got built in a hurry. So now we have how many sunflowers? 71? Thank you. It was a real mix-up. This is a hard map. And the turbines, the water wheels aren't running right now because I did... Well, I'll show you the dam project. We're in bad tide right now. So I spent the effort in the wood to get the bad tide with sluices. If this is bad water, push it off the map. If it's good water, send it down. So the problem is I've killed all the pressure. There's nothing happening right now. These guys, the bad water sources, are producing water, which is giving us some flow, but not enough to turn the power. Now, because I'm folktail, we're leaning into wind a lot. Oop. That worked out pretty well. That can pause. I'll show you the dam project. I'll show you my dam notes. This all goes away. We're genuinely done with farming over there. I wanted a 1 farming area. Yeah, so that's a project that might be like, I'll do that in my world or whatever, but the map made that easy because it spilled down. So I didn't have to do any real terraforming to make this work. That's kind of why this just happened. Would I do this in every world? Probably not. The last world we played didn't even have that as a possibility. No, not load game. Save. Hardwood Hamlet. It was the Dam River. So this one was really weird because it did not have any of that. It was an underground source of water and aquifers. That's what kind of made that a different conversation. Water retention had to be a different conversation. Also, getting rid of bad water had to be a different conversation. So there's no waterfalls on the map. So that solution that we did with that one wouldn't make any sense in this one unless we pull water up really high using the big Bigum pumps, the mechanical fluid pumps, but that is a lot of effort for not a lot of gain. So different solutions on that. But it worked out okay. That guy. The game loads so much faster in 1.x, I find. I think not too much not too terrible, like another 10 seconds, another 15 seconds or something. But still better. I'll wait till it's nighttime. I was gonna snip the line, but if you snip the line with beavers on it, they get weird Quagmire vibes. Built here. Yeah, that's fine. They're like, I'm stuck, and now I gotta path my way back. Sad. That is sad. I could get rid of all these dead carrots. Don't need them anymore. Hi. Boop. 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 Cool. So we have no sunflower seeds only because that's what everyone wants to eat. Can I get a little more effort on this, that, and oh. See, this is a problem. We're only 8 days into this. Oh, they're very popular. Not even salted or roasted or anything, just as is. So I guess this is my problem. We're only 8 days into this, and this already kind of dried up. Hat! Hello, sir. How you doing today? Shout out to Hat for real. Hat, dat, sat. Boom. And the other way. Shout out. Hat, dat, sat. Boom. Hat, dat, sat is playing War Tales. War Tales is one of those interesting, I would say, company-based RPGs. You're effectively a company of mercenaries, and you go around a kingdom and do odd jobs. As you build up your company, you can hire more people, you can get better facilities, you can do a lot of cool stuff. But that's kind of the take I have on the game. And Hat, if you're not familiar with Hat, be sure to check out Hat Datsat. Really cool guy. And in addition to that, not only being just a really cool guy, we've seen them play a lot of different games, and that's been really cool. Captain of Industry, Path of Exile 2, now War Tales, Timberborn, just a lot of, yeah. Real versatile streamer, real cool guy. Be sure to check him out. Yeah. Yeah, stream went well. He said good. That's good to hear. Excellent. Not too sure what I'm going to do about all this, but something to think about. I might have hosed myself. Did have my internet crash. I did notice that. I did pop in and I was able to grab second again, and I was like, oh, something went biffy. But yeah. Man, you just have not had luck this week, which is really unfortunate. I'm really sorry you have not had any good luck. These are dead from drying out. That's important to note. Trying out a couple things before I get to a final kind of setup. Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I was hoping we would have enough reserve water for this to keep up, but yeah, we'll have to do something like that. Speaking of which, we'll need to turn this back on. Maybe not. Maybe I can get done with this fast enough. We need this. Rip. And I need some dynamite. Let's see here. Dynamite. There you are. Like that. Now, I was hoping there was a different place I could fill this stuff from. We could dynamite down to here, put in this, and then put a dropper. My friend is back, so I have to go. Be lurking. Good luck with the rest of the stream. Thank you, Mine Chief. I hope you have a delightful rest of your day. For real, for real. For real, for real. I think I liked my channel setup a little bit better, but that's okay. Life is about experimenting with things, right? We got a bunch of workers, we got a bunch of water, just to make sure we get ahead of the curve, and we've got some time. Let's go ahead and do another setup of yeah, carrots. Yep, perfect. And brip. Cool. A good option is several of those farms with fill and a mass reservoir to pull water from. That sounds good. You go to the store, so you're going to lurk. Fantastic. Thank you very much again for the raid hat. I hope you have a delightful time. Good rest of your day, and good luck at the store. No worries. I know we've got so many priority things going on, but we got to get stuff done. Could open that up again. Yeah, so what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull this down here, maybe? Some droppers and a big water. I mean, that wastes a lot of farming space that I don't want to do. The other idea would be the mechanical pump thing that we were talking about before. We would set up a mechanical pump somewhere, another reservoir of water, and then that would keep this full all the time, or for a lot longer anyway. $16-hour days? Yeah, it's fine. Yep, that's all mostly planted. Awesome. Cool. Goes above downstream depth 0.85. Problem is it doesn't close when it's below a certain point, which is unfortunate. I think I came across that last season or last play, and I didn't really... That memory didn't really crystallize. Would crystallize, though, as a frickin' ham sandwich. Ham sandwich... What? Who's contaminated now? I don't even want to know how. Power grid isn't getting built. I don't know how you're getting down there, and I don't know how you're getting sick. But this is continuously happening. And I don't know how or why. Wait for everyone to go home. Wait for everyone to seriously go home. Cool, that was close. Alright. You. Nope on that. That's not what I wanted. Okay. A lot of zigzagging, but this is still saving a boatload of time. Yep, right there. Perfect. Thank you. Cool. Now getting here is a lot less of a pain in the butt. You have infected ground near your water. Oh, valid. Valid, valid. Yep. Righto. Yeah, so this is going to be pull this out a little bit further. Yep. Absolutely, positively right on the money. Go like this. That should be more than enough space for that to get removed out. Done. Okay. Next. This. Excellent. Oh, wait. I guess it occurs to me I don't need any of this. Yeah. What if we go down one more layer? That I need. That's critical. What if we go down one more layer and then I just put land on top of it? That might be a not crap plan. Might be a not crap plan. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I thought you could extend by a square. Oh, maybe because the dynamite's there. We'll try it after the dynamite goes away. Okay. Small improvements, small improvement. Oh, we're getting that stuff done. Awesome. Yeah, this is going to take a bunch of work, but we've got 16 or so days before everything gets put back into motion. That's almost done. Sweet. That's almost done. Freaking sweet. Now, what I'll need is a water path and some pumps, some other nonsense to keep this all fresh the whole time. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. Yeah, it'll be build a big guy, put it here, have it full all the time, and then have a dropper. No worries. The only thing I'm really fighting about is the layout. That's something that always kind of gets me. How do I want this laid out, right? I actually don't think I want a sluice here. I don't think a sluice helps, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a sluice helps. So we're just gonna knock that out. A sluice would prevent it from flooding in, but the thing is, I don't want water flowing back out. So a sluice doesn't help. Levee. Boop. Works for me. Thanks. Get that done. John Tom L. Persona, welcome. The idea ultimately was I didn't want this to flood in, but I already have so many countermeasures and everything already in place. The gut answer for everything is just use a sluice, but I don't need a sluice. Okay, that'll look a lot more impressive when we actually have water. Now, can I build dirt? Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. That works for me. That looks like that. And now we can plant crops on it. Cool. I lose a lot less space than I thought I was going to. Not too shabby. You know, there are tunnels, right? I do. But the problem is I gotta get everyone down below, and there's a lot more planks I gotta spend, and then I gotta get the resources back. I find this easier than tunnels, to be honest. But yes, that's always a good reminder, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So, let's see here. Close to that, but kinda out of the way is what I want. If I come down here and do another cistern... Let's just put it right here, who cares? I'll lose a little farmland, we could always rearrange it later, right? I don't think I need a big old big boy, but a little guy will be perfect. Yeah, something like that. A little bit of dynamite. Like that. And like that. Then foundational crap on top. And Dan, I know. Trust me. I talk this way all the time. Trust me. It bothers me too. Oh, I guess a little weirder than that. Yeah, because I kind of want it like this. Gah, I don't like the layout. I like the layout. Yeah, I don't like the way it looks. But that's okay. We'll set this to minimal priority and everything can just keep running. What would make it look... I mean, pull it out one square more and then... Man, that just wastes a lot of space. I would like 2 of these things going. That's not terrible. That's also not great. I know what we'll do. You can use shift to skip the confirmation menu. I do have that, yeah. Oh, it's awesome. That was the first thing I turned on. Yeah, it's really, really cool. The thing is, I've messed up my pinky, so I sometimes can't get over there to hold it down. Yeah. I should probably set it to tab or something. Maybe that'd be a little more natural, but yeah. Do appreciate the reminder. I do appreciate the reminder. And if you want to have a lot of dirt to farm, you can always stack layers of dirt. I do have a ton of dirt already. Well, I had. Yeah, we've been going absolutely ham on expansion. This was about a third of the size before we got to it today. That can get popped. Freaking awesome. That goes away. Alright. So now this dynamite is going to look like this. Which, this I'm okay with. Sorry, then I may have misunderstood what you were saying. If you want to have a lot of dirt to farm, you can always stack layers of dirt. I meant vertically. Sorry, I don't think I get what you're aiming at. I'm aware you can stack dirt vertically. Yeah. But that might not have been what you meant, and I apologize. Text is weird. And it's subjective. You can have several floors of farm. Yes. Yep. Yep, absolutely. Yep, this is a first stab project at relocating first. So it'll be, no, you're great. No, that's... language is weird. So that's why I'm very much, what do you mean? And not like, scramble, ramble, mad, or whatever. No, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. I guess the ultimate idea would be to build this up as this 3x3. We've already done a massive damming project here. So I was kind of thinking it'd be really romantic to aqueduct this over and across the map and spill it into this hole kind of a thing, but I really needed to get just some stabilization right now before anything else. I'm on a new computer, so I'm unable to share it, trying to change Steam into it. Oh, I get it. No worries, not a problem. Okay, prioritized by haulers. And I don't want anyone to die, so I guess we'll just wait a bit. Then tomorrow we'll get some water going on, and that'll be that. Hopefully. There we go. Awesome. Yep, perfect. I should have done this in chunks so I could have built the pumps, but It is what it is. Still good on water? That shuts off. How are we on lumber anyway? Max. Oh boy. Next, it's probably going to be a rebuild of our industry zone and residential zone for like the 5th time, but one of the things I've always said, don't worry about change. Don't worry about change, right? If you're going to change something about your game, you're going to change something about your base, don't worry about it. Make a safety save and experiment and just have fun, right? That's kind of the big deal about it. Dump fluid dump, higher workplace priority, but critical construction priority. There we go. Done. This will help you maintain a certain level of pressure, or you can use platforms or lever to keep water pressurized without escaping if you're using tunnels as water conduits. That is totally fair. I keep using sluices all the time as a gut check for things, and that's not necessarily the best solution. So this is all really good advice too, and I appreciate it. There's been folks that I've popped into and raided because I like to raid folks that are playing the same game and whatever, just to keep continuity. And they're like, I'm new to the game, give me some advice. And I'm like, to be absolutely honest, I'd rather give you no advice and have you fail several times so you get a feel for the game yourself. They're like, if you give one advice, what would you give? I'm like, experiment, try, fail, learn. But honestly, much rather game with someone that has failed hundreds of times to accomplish a thing. It's because they tried hundreds of things. As opposed to someone that's like, yep, tried it once, beat the game, boring, got a refund. It's like, alright, lucky run, or whatever. Like, I ain't mad that you did well, it's just, I don't think you enjoyed the game for what the game was. I'll start streaming once I get Steam working. That's awesome. I really hope the best for you. When you start streaming, feel free to let me know. We'll do shoutouts and stuff. Check out your channel, see what you got going on. For sure, for sure. For sure. That cleaned that all up really nicely. Another day or two of pumping water into this is going to be fine. A little annoying, sure, but should be alright. Should be alright. We have a lot more farming area now, so that's good. There we go. That's what I want to see. A little annoying that this is the route we chose, but that's okay. Everything else has been pretty straightforward in terms of, well, everything else. Okay, so at least we're getting some carrots. The food crash has halted. This was a good move. We're still dumping water. It's going to take a while for it to fill up for sure. 11 lazies, yeah. I did just recently open up more housing, so that does make sense. I don't really need anything to be done right now. Aside from a bunch of construction projects that I can't do cause badness. I need another drought. That would be great. Let's get another builders thing going on? No, we're just out of dirt. Can do. What's your investment in hauling? I think I got 2 haulers going. Oh, 9. Okay. That's quite a bit better for what we've got. Yep, good call on that. I've kinda ignored that for a while. %, so we have 17. 17 out of 88. It smells like 16%, something like that. Okay, so this is looking a lot better. I was really kind of at a nervous end. I'm like, do I need 2 more pumps? Do a few extras with minimal job priority. Yeah. No, that's valid. Ubers. I like that. I like that. Now, the one thing I don't remember is rules for evaporation. Is it if it looks at this, if it sees the sky, there's evaporate. Okay, here we go. Fluid blocks evaporate proportionally to agency score. The depth of the fluid does not influence. Multiple blocks of fluid in a single column are not vertically connected. They're dealt with separately. Fully sealed pipes still experience evaporation. Okay. I was going to seal this up a little bit, but if the case of it still experiences evaporation, it doesn't matter. The only thing we would gain is a little more... Have you off? No. The only thing we would really gain is just a little more planting area, which I'm not super desperately in need for. Okay, so we've determined how we want to handle that. Let's get some more planting done. Or sunflowers. That looks like that. And I'm going to pause it so I can build out the beehives. I am not. No, this is my first swing at hard difficulty, which I think we kind of annihilated, and not like in a bragging sense, like, oh, I'm so good. Not like that, but it's like we were able to get the dam system set up pretty early, our localized dam setup, and we just kind of nipped it in the bud. And so there wasn't really a lot more to do. This map is called 1,000 Islands, and we started here, and we were able to clip this, seal it over here, seal this off and this off, and we had a ton of water just hanging around ready to go. And then we set up the dam project, which locked everything in, and then we did this guy. So yeah, I kind of am a little split. Like, I want to keep playing, but I also would like to play pray I do not release my cursed map. Oh, there's a bunch of folks who have custom maps I do want to try. There's one, Kinderfrog. It's not 1,000 islands. It should say 1,000 islands adjacent, and then I'd be like, oh, adjacent. Okay. Also, welcome Cobalt. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, they pop into the stream once in a while. Yeah, they also play a lot with Green Danger Noodle, which I thought they said they were going to stream today, but I've not seen them live yet. Wow, it's really dry now. IRL? At your place? Like the sauce? Yeah. A zesty, peppery blend of flavor unseen anywhere else. Alright, so this gets chopped whenever we're ready for that. I wanted a little more dirt before I did that. Note your map. Yeah. Oh, it's a little dry because this is all freshly placed stuff, and we're finally getting away from this. Not that this was a bad deal anyway, like this was fine. But I did want a dedicated farm zone, and I was checking the wiki because my rule was I didn't want to read the wiki when we started playing the game. I don't like to do that. But I did eventually want to see for specifics on how things work. It's like, in case there's any ultra-specific rules I should be aware of, right? That was the idea. And nothing underneath that, right? So now we've played it enough. I've gotten some ideas on how things should work. And the way in which we're operating now is we've been doing the channel system, which has been great, but I would very much like to move on and try other stuff. So now we're trying, in the wiki, they said for the best work... Did I remove that stuff? I don't think I care. For the best hydration efforts, a 3x3 like this works the best. So I'm like, alright, nifty. So we're giving that a try. A little more effort than I would honestly like. But it's not bad. It's something different, it's something new. Pine for fastwood, oak for longwood. Yep, I've got that right here. Yep, this is for sap tapping, tap sapping, or whichever you prefer. And pine and oak for cutting. Yeah, we are very full on materials. Okay, what do I want for this? Probably more frickin' sunflower seeds. We'll get to potatoes in a bit. Boop. Nice. Had a really cheesy system back in update 4. Chestnuts. Could do chestnuts. Yeah. I think we gotta roast them. We'll have to set up a roasting thing. I haven't done any roasting yet. But yeah, that's something we could totally do. Cool. Let's see. Just don't harvest them. Just get the droppings. Droppings? Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah, don't harvest them for wood. Yep. Probably gonna do that somewhere else. But yep, I wanted to get sunflowers done. This is about the area we had for carrots, which was over here. 6 days. How much time do we have? That's probably enough. And stop doing that. Thank you. Yes, we gotta roast them though, and I haven't set up a roasting area yet, which is totes fine. Okay, so everything looks like it's doing all right. We got some roughage over here. Yeah, the circle's a little hit miss over there, but that's okay. Water is still good. Easily 6 more days, no problem. That took care of all that dying. Well, I can help you roast. Yeah, thanks. I request you blow up the 2 blocks in front of the fluid dump by the side, just 2, not 2 away. I request you blow up 2 blocks in front of the fluid dump side by side. Just 2, not 2 away. Well, I don't know who wouldn't like sandwiches. We have an ad break coming up here in a second though, folks. You mean like this? Okay, sure. I don't see a problem with that. I've only been doing 1 deep because all these things are 3 deep. So this is 1 here. This is 3 here. This path is 2. And this is 3. But it's been keeping alright. Yeah. It's been working out pretty alright. Okay. That's looking real good. And there's that ad break. Get that out of the way. It does not look watered and healthy, but it says it is. That died. Yeah, we lose 1 or 2, no problem. Yeah, ads, the necessary evil. Trust me, I've got those limited as much as I possibly can. I wonder if I should use levees here instead of dirt to keep the moisture in a bit better. Might not be a bad idea. I was gonna say that might not be an idea. Excellent. Yeah, I was hoping Green Danger Noodle was gonna stream today, but yeah, I guess not. Or maybe a bit later, hopefully. I have tried Iron Teeth, and I like them. I like them. Nothing negative to say, other than I like the less complex food system. But that being said, the Iron Teeth aren't that much more complex. I've not tried anything aside from the defaults. So I don't know how the White Paws or there's what? There's a Fire Builders? Or the Greedy Builders? There's a bunch of factions on the workshop. But yeah, I haven't tried any of them yet. Oh man, 103 sunflower seeds. Awesome. Yeah, there's like, I think there's like 5 or 6. You check the mod things. Oh, let's see here. Update 1.x. Map, mod, balance. Factions. Oh, here we are. Factions. There's the Greedy Nation, the Leaf Coats. The Greedy Builders, the Ember Pelts. The Greedy Paws. Greedy Embers? I guess I don't see the White Paws for 1.x, but it could be just sorted weird. Yeah, there are a handful of options though. Yep, you got nothing to do. Awesome. Okay, so now that farming hopefully is stabilized, we're going to add a little bit more of this. We'll do a little bit more work here. And then I can move on to redoing industry and storage and housing and all those other fun projects that we wanted to do. But farming was something I really need to just stop, do a full concentration on it, get as much of it knocked out as possible. I feel pretty good about it. Let's see here. This. A little more sunflower, and then we can start working on potato. Can you show off your big dam at the beginning? Yes, absolutely. All done. Yep. And it works 100% now that we added the second flow. So everything is pushed off to the side. That's bad water. What sometimes happens is when we have the first day of clean water, we get a weird kickback effect. So we'll get like a big burst of bad water as the math recalculates for the fluid dynamics. And vice versa. If it goes from regular water to bad water, we'll get a big burst of stuff. Oh, because all the other bad water producers still produce. That still is pretty. There's 9 or 10 of these. Yeah. We didn't cap any of the other sources. But reducing the flow was a big part of the project. Yeah. That's something I just wanted to get done. Also, I wanted to get this done so I could start talking about building an aqueduct. But yeah, one thing at a time. We're in no rush. I think I do have a few curse maps in a few Discords. Still getting used to this keyboard. Nice. Well, if you have any of your maps uploaded to the workshop, you can easily share with me the thing. And I'll be happy to post it here. Always happy to promote mod makers and such. What's next for the bad water taming? Well, the first one I'm trying to build, which I've paused, is this guy. The last drought we had, I was going to build this bad water rig, and that contains the bad water fully. To be absolutely honest, I'm not even trying to 100% tamp down all the bad water. I think by the time we get there, I would be more than happy to just play a new map or play a different game entirely or whatever, when that really comes down to it. But, you know, getting a little bit of this tamped up means that we can tap bad water all the time without workers getting hurt or anything, and we can produce way, way more bad water. This does what? 1 every 33. This does 1 hour. So in that 1 hour we would produce 3. This produces 40. So then that's when you really go large scale and go real ham on explosives and just give all the orders you can. Terraform the world, right? That's when that starts coming into play. But still working on a few little projects here. Want a little more of this done? How much dirt we got? We got dirt. We got that dirty dirt. I think I'm gonna want to pull this down a little bit, build another one, and spread this out. I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna bother with all the free-flowing bad water. I think I'm just gonna get bored and want to play a different game by that time. But is totally doable. If we really want it, is totally doable. Something like that, and then that'll hopefully finish out this farm project. Maybe pull this out and put another little reservoir there or something. I don't know. It's a fun thing. I'm not sure. Learn as we go. I probably do need another farm, though. So, Cobalt, here you go. I would rather buy the game for you and have you do it. That's where I'm at about that. I would rather accept the challenge, deflect it, and then just have you do it. So I'm sitting here purposely so you can see what happens when it changes cycles. I was going to say seasons, but that's not technically right. We don't talk about the other ways here, but I do know what you mean, and I do appreciate the idea. Save that as our screensaver project. I did. Ahaha. Are we friends on Steam? I should have just bought it for you after you've brought it up about 7 times. Don't make me play this game. If I had a job, I would purchase it without issue. But I got no job. The economy is in the toots. Okay, so here you can see what's going to happen. There should be like a kickback, a little bit of a kick out of stuff as the water kind of gets itself going on. I guess we are. Oh, it handled it much better that time. Yeah, what happened is there's a big burst. The thing is, I'd stream. That's awesome. There's a big burst the first time we had this set up of bad water. And then I have this set up in such a way that it only goes a certain height. But with the bad water so stuck, never really gets that far. But as the system is, we get a little bit of bad water in the system. I'm going to do this so it flushes a little bit. But do you see the land doesn't really get contaminated? Yeah, it's gone already. What was this, at 1.1? Something like that? Yeah. It's a little wacky. And I shouldn't for the next few months. Busy with work, or why specifically the next few months? If you don't mind me being weird and asking, I should say. I should have prefaced that first. You don't mind me being a weirdo. Why so? Okay, so this naturally gets over there. I wouldn't mind to start talking about potatoes. EA taters. I do know I need to limit myself in new things I do in my life. Why though? Now, 8 days for 3? 8 days for 3 or 6 days for 1? Well, hold on. One potato makes 3 or 4 meals, doesn't it? Da-da-da-da-da. One chestnut makes 2 chestnuts. Man, chestnuts are the way to play. Why am I thinking around with anything else? We also haven't messed with chestnuts yet. Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Beehives don't affect trees. Boo. Why? Because I'm an idiot. Oh, let's just say I'm going to change jobs because some bad situation. That's fair. Fair. You're not an idiot. From our interactions online, you seem to have a fairly straight, I don't know, straight head on your shoulders, firm idea of what's going on. You don't seem like a total ding-dong. There we go. You don't seem like a total ding-dong. Might be the best thing you could say to another human being. Well, you don't seem like a total ding-dong, right? You don't seem like absolute crackers. Only a little bit. Only a little bit. You can be. That's true. We all can be. Yeah. Do this. Everyone hyper-focuses. You've been watching me play video games and you don't think I hyper-focus? Oh my god. All I do is hyper. Yeah, everyone's a ding-dong. You got it, Nedvid. You're a jerk. I'm a jerk. Everyone's a jerk. Old MacDonald was a jerk. 'Cause he was a jerk. I don't know how the rest of that song goes. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking something like this. I don't know if I need another big chunk of water, but I want to get all the farming done and never talk about it again. That's where I'm at. It is exactly where I'm at with all this. So let's do this. This. I mean, that's also why I want to see you stream, though. Yes, you do. Oh, speaking of which, was there another Canadian scandal about curling? I know ice is your jam. I don't remember if you care about curling. But did you see there was another thing? And bop. Cool. Cobalt is into the Olympic ice. That's why I was only bringing it up. I don't give two rips about scandal and sport, but that's why I brought it up. Yeah, that's all good. Water numbers are not really returning the way I'd like them to. Is this... Oh, wait. Flood the system. Yeah, we're not getting any water all the way through. Flood the system. Honestly, as much as I can in their sport mentality, I apologize for the decisions they made. Yeah. I ain't got no skin in the game, so you're not going to offend me at all. Okay, now 0.95 I think is where we're at. Okay, that gets that going again. Woof. That was messy. Okay, that's getting built. Good save. Good save. Good save. I was gonna be like, we're gonna have some talking, you and I, and it's not gonna be fortuitous. If that's the stance. But good save. Okay, this looks like this. This gets a little bit of the dynamite. Then I'm almost done messing with this dumb crap. Moving on to something else. Levies. And we have a little bit of spillover. That's okay. I think the number for this has to be 1.1, 1.15? Something like that. Okay, we're good on carrots. Yeah, I want that sunflower. I want the potatoes. Another bad Todd? Boo! I would really honestly like to get some more stuff done. Aside from drying out. That makes sense. I guess I was going to move the residential capital here to try to centralize how far folks are moving around. I think I just straight up need more workers as well. There's a lot of sunflower seeds need to be hauled. Yeah, we need more workers. Straight up. What are you doing? Could use some of that. Thanks. That looks awesome. Whoa, done. I'm not taking shit from... And I'm just abstracted enough that I don't know what the heck y'all are talking about, and you know what? That's okay. Are these all grown carrots? Oh, crap. I need more farms. At least 2 more. Yep. 2 more farms. This is all done. That's fine. This can just sit here. Pause. Yeah. The fact that buildings don't get demolished when they touch water is awesome. 1, 2, 3. Get that on the priority. Did I reverse these at all? No, I didn't. That's fine. Only if the entrance has water. Yeah. That's a little neat thing, yeah. Might build yet another farm? I'm not sure. What actually collects chestnuts? Is it a collector then? Yes, a gather flag. Y'all are knocking this out. Nice. And we'll be back to full water by tomorrow, for sure. No worries about that. What if you made a spaced out layer around the water to prevent tainted soil? I did. These block water flow, so none of this is tainted. None of this gets tainted anymore because of the levees. Crows collect chestnuts. Wouldn't that be something? Crow training? Little falconeering? Yeah, so these levees actually... The reason why I'm doing the levees instead of dirt is for that reason. Is for water blockage. Now, what you could do is there is another option. You could use something called a contamination barrier. But I went this route because contamination barriers cost metal. Metal isn't, like, insanely rare, but if we want to go long-term metal production, we will definitely have to go into the mine or whatever. I'm not really worried about it. It's just something to be mindful of. This is where I want to see if we get that backlash I mentioned. We should get a little bit of it because the sluices are open. So there you go. There's a big burst of bad nonsense, which dilutes pretty immediately. Yeah, now you can't even tell. Easy, right? Neat. Yeah, I haven't really experimented with robots at all, so this might be our conduit to have that conversation. But yeah, I have not really messed with that at all. And yeah, Cobalt, once we get these levees in place, all this rot, or all this corruption will disappear. And also some of this will. We do have some dirt right here. But yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, this whole thing will go away. What I'm trying to do right now is just set the infrastructure for more farming as we get there. I don't need to plant an entire acre of nonsense if I'm not going to use it, right? Food looks pretty good. Sunflowers are actually trending up, which, again, I wish there were some trending mods, but going all right. Let's see if you could slow the burst of bad water if you do independent gating for all the gates over there. We could just lower and muck with the percentages a bit. We could just change the percentages of the thing. Because one side is clean, the rest isn't yet. I'm also a sadist, turn injury rate to 200%. Yeah, I would like to get to more difficult modes. But yeah, since this is my first time playing on hard mode, I only started playing the game 3 weeks ago. So yeah. Keep it at 5% but do independent gating. I mean, could. The burst is so negligible that it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's something we could do. Just waiting for that to get done. And then I do want levees like this. About there's a good start. Cool. Bop, bop, and bop. Okay, then we're done with that project. Could always expand it, can always remove it, can always do a bunch of stuff. Full on water, fantastic. Okay, and this gets biffed. Ba-ba. And the levy. I'd have to go down one more square. But let's see what this does. I have to go down one more. Actually, I lied. Do that. Yeah, line this up a little bit better. They wanted me to give a German boat a name, but then I thought, I think not. That was the primary pun with a lot of the Minecraft stuff when we were getting to Zinc in Techopolis. Prize and bad jokes. No! Be awarded for your creativity. Standing up for even worse jokes in these trying times. You're commended. Commended and applauded for such efforts. Okay. Now that's even. Now that looks better. Now I'm kind of done with this project. That. Neat. Might set up another zip line. Actually, this is still pretty good. Yep. Oh yeah, I know another one. Wakes from coma. Hold on. Friends? Question mark? Hello, friends. Yeah, Minecraft is fun. Minecraft is one of those games that I can only play for so much. And then I'm like, I need a break and a root beer and to not talk to anyone anymore. So we beat a mod pack called Techopolis. We finished it all the way through. It was a lot of fun. But I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't want to anymore. Really fun. The developer for it, Ben Law, popped into stream a couple of times. Okay, looks like we're actually getting ahead of all the harvests. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of fun, but just like so much. Applied energistics to spawn 3 wither bosses per second and killing them. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cool crap you could do. With the mod pack that I played, there wasn't really a lot of that kind of spawning. It was the whole synthetic simulator stuff. Simulation chambers, that's what they're called. Like imitating flamingos, my girlfriend didn't like it, so I had to put my foot down. Nice. Joke there being, that's all flamingos can do. They stand on the 1 foot. I like it. Alright. Yep, we can start trimming this up. And here, you can see, this all gets trimmed down quite a bit. There's an ad years ago where a British ship was in trouble. They called the German Coast Guard, Mayday, Mayday. We are sinking. Oh, what are you thinking about? Land of the free. Nice. Still old school 1.7, 1.12. Those were the golden age of mod packs for real. Yeah, 100% golden age. You'll receive no arguments from me. Golden age of stuff. For sure. Alright, I would like to get the rest of this done. The alignment's a little skiffed, but that's okay. Where are we gonna do the chestnut trees? Probably back here, so I'm not gonna put another one there. Yeah, golden, yeah, like golden age of stuff. And now I have hiccups, yay. Yeah. I always commend folks that can play like that and get that kind of work done, but for me, that's way too much. Which is the same reason I didn't really care for Satisfactory. Yeah, said no way, auto farm, smart. Yeah, real smart. So, let's at least get the trees planted. Yeah. Does the processing happen here? Maybe? Maybe the processing also happens here for the grilling. I guess that makes sense for it to not... that I shouldn't really just move it around. This does require a forester, but like one time. Let's get 2 foresters set up. Let them fight over the thing. And then that's all we need to do. Let them plant it, and that's it. Since we're not chopping the trees, easy. And I also don't like Satisfactory. What's wrong with you that we agree on this? Satisfactory was a not fun factory game for me. I thought we already talked about this like 100 times. Yeah, I could talk about it for a while. Exploration and fighting aliens was removed immediately as a difficulty curve the second you got the jump pack. So it's like, oh, we added combat, but why though? We're not building defensive turrets. We're not doing anything. Look, I barely listen to you. No, that's fun. When you learn a new recipe from getting the downed crafts in the hard drives, the new recipes seem like an absolute pain because you'd have to redo your whole factory in order to utilize the new recipe. That's not fun. That's not a factory game. That's an adventure game, if anything. Yeah, I got, like, yeah. The exploration was annoying. The trains were annoying. Man, I streamed, or I recorded all the way up to the second to last tier. And I made nuclear pastas or whatever. And you make 10. Make 10 nuclear pastas. So I made 10 nuclear pastas and I shipped it. Like, well, now that you made 10 nuclear pastas, we need 1,000. I'm like, I'm not doing that 100 more times. And then I was talking to someone, they're like, oh, just build the factory. Factory must grow. I'm like, but this is a video game. And I think video games should be fun. And the second it's not fun, I'm not obligated to beat anything, man. I was talking to them, I'm like, you do realize you have limited time on this planet, right? I'm not going to argue with a computer that doesn't care. Ada? They don't care I exist. It's cool. I also don't care they exist. It's easy. I'm not going to cry home to mommy that someone doesn't like me, but I do know to not waste my time with dumb bullcrap, so... Yeah, it just wasn't a fun factory game. If there was a third-person view and you could use construction bots and stuff, that's what makes Factorio fun. I don't like how my factory looks. Cool. Change the whole thing. Won't take you too long. Build more bots. You've 100% changed your factory in an hour. In 30 minutes. In 10 minutes. Whatever. You just ramp up from there. That's fun. That was fun. But after a certain point, it's like, oh, I found a new screw recipe. That's neat. I can make screws with copper plates. That's awesome because I need a lot of screws. And you look at it and it's like, oh. You want me to... Ugh. Everything's fed that way, though. That's dumb. Are you moving that? Dude's... Oh, okay. Dude's just moving the scrap. I don't know. Even with friends, it was weird. But yeah. Yep. Is it a good factory game? I think it's a fine third-person factory game. It is not... It's not for me. Well, I'm not redoing 12 factories. I'm not playing the game again. Like, I have had some friends say, like, it's modded. We can play this... The power is a chore to get to coal. And that wasn't too bad. But, like, everything else is just nuts. The only thing that would make me do it again... The only thing that would make me do it again is playing it Archipelago style. Satisfactory. Oh, it's not in the main branch yet. The only thing that would make me do it again is Satisfactory or something. Something like that might be fun. Or through Archipelago. But of course, playing Factorio Archipelagos is a real blast. Oh my god, that is so much fun Archipelago style. Might want another farm, which is fine. I was gonna probably build 2 more farms. I'm not gonna read that out loud. Now that we talked about... Nope. Now that we've talked about Satisfactory, there were some really, really awesome concepts, right? The SAM. Allowing you to have interdimensional or dimensional storages on your hip. So you need a dimensional storage for everything you're going to put into it, into whatever it's called. That was really cool. Like, there were some really cool concepts, but trains were annoying. I don't know. Again, is it a bad factory game? No, it's a bad factory game for me. Okay, let's do a save, because you'd like me to change a thing? Just gonna change the... Isn't that just gonna change the text to white? I hate dimensional storage, like no free lunches, yeah. There you go. Oh, black. Okay. I was like, this is either gonna be white or black. Yeah. What would white be? FFFFFF? Yeah, okay. Neat. Oh, you can't, move the commas. Oh, like that? Yeah, okay. Nice. I'm going to keep these guys around because we're going to chestnut it up a little bit more down there. Water's still good. Drought. You keep caca poo poo pee pee water for that. Where's the beaver? Oh, I have no idea. Oh. It changed them white. The albino beaver is going to lead us all to Ham Nation. Wow, you are malnourished or something. You are very white. Okay, so what is it? This... Durf. Oh, that is getting into some Megacycle Entertainment blue category there. Needs a little more lightning on that. Like, light it up a little bit. But yeah, that's getting into some real shenanigans weather. How do I do an emoji in my own thing? There it is, that guy. They stick out like a sore frickin' thumb, holy crap. Oh, that's great. Okay. Try that for a derf color, alright. You are... Narp? Oop, that's not how you do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, this. Narf from frickin', Peaky in the Brain. Oh, God. How does he blend into the brown? I don't know, but he does. Okay. 3385 EA. Durg. I don't know names. Hey, that's looking pretty good. What's up, my Durg? Alright, that's not bad. Thank you, Kira. This is real dumb, but I love it. Oh, this is real dumb, but I love it. Okay, can I get some more chestnuts? Yo. Probably not going to be able to because of the little bit of corruption. Which, in order to get rid of it, we got to pop these down here and put levees in the way. That was a very good guess. Or are you saying good guess to Cobalt that they should be scared? Zero One Dead, generally a nice color. All right. That is a nice. Wow. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Cobalt, were you here when we did the... Oh god, that stands out so much! Dude, the template is yellow, brown, and everything. Yeah, I figured that was a good guess by the color code. I was just joking because Cobalt said I'm scared above it. Yeah. No, that's fair. Alright, hope the PC reboot goes good. Cobalt, were you here when we did the tails with the logo? I don't know if you were here for that. Durf is very intense. Were you here for the detailer? The detailer is hilarious if we use the ME logo. Yeah, this is called the detailer. And you detail their tails. You can see that guy's got a flower. And this has a green tree. Here, I'll show you. You are gonna laugh your butt into a different butt. Come on, somebody. There. Hold on. It's the 1E logo. It doesn't, I gotta shrink it and move it up. I guess. But it is, that's so stupid. I was laughing like an idiot for like 5 minutes about it. Yeah, now you're contemplating that you shouldn't make stupid decisions after you got your tail detailed. Yeah, they're not going to get a lot of friends in high school, that's for sure. For sure and for certain. Okay, how are we doing on sunflower seeds? We have a capacity of about 400. Why would you do that? I don't know. We got some masochists in the house. Okay, so we got a little bit of dryness over there, but that's fine. I wasn't trying to min-max the space anyway. The other thing we need to talk about is... This goes away. We need harvesters. I don't know, 2? It's every 3 days? 8 days. Oof. Wait a minute, what was I comparing that to? Potatoes? 6 days for 1. Oh yeah, but it's 8 days for 3. Yeah. Yeah, so that's well worth. So then we're going to probably pull this over a little bit more here and do all the grilling, maybe? The only other thing to really consider is warehousing. I didn't want a huge warehousing complex right here, but we do have a lot of space that we can really monopolize for this. If we remove one of these things, we could easily do medium warehouse like this, one layer up, and then corkscrew ladder into it. So that would give us some temporary storage right here. But for massive storage, I kind of want that over to how we've done our residential block, right? Incorporating the foodstuffs into the housing grid. So someone comes home from work, food, water, bed, all in one shot. Yeah, that was the real big lesson we learned, what, a session or two ago? Not a session or two, the last season was just everyone was coming home from work, and then everyone was dashing their way to go get other stuff done. It was just a real pain in the rump. Okay, I would like this all chopped. I don't think I want it replanted. That can go away. I will want to set up stuff here that I completely forgot to do. You just keep going. Teeth grindstone. You. That. Oh yeah, so cobalt, this was the alternative. I already did the levees, but we had corruption seeping through because of this dirt. So this is the impenetrable barrier. What's it called? Contamination barrier. And this just says no corruption can pass underneath. And that keeps all this safe. That's another option as we're going through other stuff. Yeah. But lumber's cheaper than wood, or than lumber's cheaper than wood. Oh, I'm hungry. I need a snack. Lumber's cheaper than metal, so that's why I've opted for the double levy. It also costs a little bit of explosives to get it removed and cleaned up, because some of this was dirt, and so we just went down and levied it out. But like with this bad source right here, all this is safe. So there's probably a lot of other smarter ways to handle it, but those are like the two main ways I've gotten to it. Okay, food is pretty much done, aside for in, well, let's say 23-ish days, we're going to need some grill systems. So what if... I don't want to eat up too much farmland with this. I'd rather do it like this if we can. It just hangs. I don't want this to look. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this up, though. Yeah. I think that's fine. And then all this be potato, something like that? Something like that. I'd like to get started on the next main project, though, which is housing. The original intent, like I said, was to put housing in as middle of the map as possible. So that way, there's a lot less bouncing around. If someone works at a farm, there's not 3 extra jumps for everything. I don't think I need these anymore. Yeah. Get out of there. Wrong thing. This map is also quite a bit wider. This might force us to do something with districts, which I super wouldn't mind. Move the industry somewhere else. There's a lot I want to accomplish for sure. I have 10 days before I could do any of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause and save. And I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that we found, and by we, I mean we were told, there's a blueprints mod. And I do want to try it. Building blueprints. Yep, we're gonna try that. Let's see here. Select the tool, drag an area, paste away. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna get this added. And exit to desktop. Boop. Boop. And while we're waiting, please enjoy, free of charge, Mega Man eating an egg. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-dum-bum. It's Mega Man eating an egg. I think that the moment you've got transport going, you don't need districts. Like, either you move beavers a long way or you move food a long way. That's true. The only real benefit is the beavers that do the transportation and move stuff around get a big carry bonus. Even then, meh on that, but yeah. So I mean, there's options. I did try the district stuff a little bit before, and it was neat. That looks cool. Okay, awesome. We need 3 of those mods just for the UI. And one does the actual work, and one's a library. It looked like. So, you seeing here is just how quickly it is to add mods, remove mods, whatever. I wanted to save this for a new season. And be like, we'll save that for the next time on New Adventures of whatever. But I did want to test it out here. So here's a new button, Building Blueprints. Create a building blueprint. Hold down the button to select an area. Building must be enclosed within the area to be included in the blueprint. So you have to select everything. Unturkey lurkey, welcome back. Gobble gobble. Use a building blueprint to place buildings in the world. Rotate the blueprint with the rotate keys. Demolish blueprint buildings. Quickly demolish all buildings that are placed during the build. Okay, so, for example, let's say I want this. Oh. That looks correct. So now, do I just paste it? Build blueprint. Build blueprint. Okay, it is also showing the range of all the stuff. Okay, demolish blueprint buildings. Holy crap, that's cool. How do I delete a blueprint? Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I have all this figured out. Building blueprints. Brains are not supported, so you must have building blocks. That's fine. You can rotate, hold alternate button, blah, blah, blah. Demolish. Yep, we did that. Do not use for a district center. Got it. Interesting. Okay. Press the browse button. Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay, yep, that worked. Smart. Smart. Let's see, where are we at for today and the rest of the stream? Because we're getting close to a break. In about 13 minutes, we're going to have an ad break. I think I'm going to take that opportunity then to get something to snack on. I am feeling better than I was yesterday, but I would not mind to keep my metabolism up a little bit. So I'm going to get me a little bit of a snack. Yeah, 5-10 minute break, and then we'll game for about another 3.5-4 hours or something. All the smarties. All the smarties. Okay, so we're going to keep the game paused. Let's go ahead and save our game. Nope. There we go. That was weird. We just took our taxes and... How did it go? Good luck. Ugh. There's no more process that's dehumanizing, in my opinion, than looking for a job or taxes. Because both aren't done in good faith, right? Like, that's my gripe about it. How big did we build this thing? Because I want to build it the same and then double it. That's why we're doing it like this. So I'm just gonna flip, drop. I think I need another square. Yeah, jobs are, yeah. Every day I'm doing job hunting, that's for sure. Okay, so this goes off the edge a little bit, but that's fine. We are not paying it in, but I'm extremely hot with the changes. Oh. Nico, my boy. I know. You want to come over here? Okay, come on up, man. Here. Come on up. That's fine. Dude, you can be indecisive if you want hugs in like 10 minutes when we take a break. But I want to be indecisive now, dare. Day. Bit of this. Is it 3? It's a 3 and it's a 2. Oh, I think hot meant like bad. Yeah, I just got my final tax form like a week ago, and we're supposed to have all the stuff by the end of January. That's a fun piece of conversation to have always. So good. Oh, we're gonna do this one step at a time. Actually, sane style. Okay. So the real idea with this is we're gonna do this once, and then we just copy paste it, and that's it. What the hell? Oh, whoops. Wrong platform. I have a personal professional tax advisor. Looks at mom. My taxes aren't complicated. Like, I'm literally not trying to hide anything out of anyone. And I built this too high. But the thing is, like, and we've already had this chat before, the jargon is so severe. It's just rough. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's keep the stream chill. Yeah, I was getting into it as well, so that's on me. Okay. So, this can be kind of dirty, but this is going to be another mass move. The idea is 8, 8, and then another 2 rows of 8. And what do we have now? We have 8 plus 4 is 12. So, we'll get this spec'd out, we'll get it created, we'll pause it, and then that'll be like, if you need more housing, come over here and unpause a house. Done. Congratulations, you beat the game. Kind of a thing. That. We're gonna do this the same way we've done it before. Oh, wait. I lied. I freaking lied. I do want storage here for food and such. What if we knock out that? Yeah, this is going to be a little on the weird. I should almost go just steal the thing I did before. Let's see what I want to do with this. Put the water on top. Good day, Hat. How was the shops? Oh, you know what? That might make more sense with the zip line. Yeah, I think I like that better. Good call. So what if... I just had a neat design idea, also known as a headache. There, that's kind of dope. And then when we flip it, we'll put the other monument, and that'll cover everything. Oh, that. I actually don't hate that. Don't hate that. So then... all the connections. That might be too much, because I'm going to do another 4 right there, right? So maybe something like that. But we can easily fill this up with rooftop burgers. Rooftop parties up top. Medical tents on the bottom. Something like that. Yeah, I think so. As a rough draft, I don't think that's too bad. Can make it more interesting by blowing or digging all the way down and fill it to the ground level with housing. I could. That's not a bad idea either. This is still going to be more than double I said we were at 12. This is going to be 8 plus 6 is 14, plus another 14. I think I'm fine with that for my first go. Do I want the food specifically on this side? That look. I'm gonna go play some game with a friend. Good night, day. Absolutely. Thank you, Nedved. I hope you have a delightful rest of your day. Have a good time. Ooh, it jitters a little bit. But that's still looking really good. Hovering like crazy. That does look really good, though. I think I like that. 4 connection points. Food. And then we do the bigger storages elsewhere. I think I like that as our housing complex, yeah. Now the only thing that sucks is stairs, but we got the curved. We got curved stairs this time, so that shouldn't be a big deal at all, right? Oh, Hat, you did see the... I don't know if I've already told you or whatever, but you did see the blueprint mod, right? You're a twofer. You're a twofer, Harry. That, real easy, right? Put it on the outside. Now, how do we get to the middle, though? That makes this a little interesting. Maybe we do the turnabout inside. Let's see here. We already have a ladder going in like that, which is not really necessary. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay. Oh, I should have done this layer by layer instead of building it all the way up. I like building it all the way up because that's what I want to aim for. Let's see here. This side doesn't have food or anything, so this works. That gets you to 1 to 3. Pretty okay with that so far. Okay, that gets you from 2 to 3. Semi-AFK. No problem. Did you see the blueprint mod? I don't remember if I told you or talked to you about it or whatever. I don't remember who I talked to from day to day. Welcome to somewhat severe levels of brain damage. Or I'm not even too sure who I told things about. Or to whom, or to whatever. Like that. I'll need to build it up a bit more. No, it's all good. It seems to be incredibly comprehensive. I want to make sure you saw it. Let's see here. Yes. Yep, force a habit. Force a habit from too many hotkeys from too many other games. Okay. Get this done first. Yep, appreciate that. Thank you. 3, 4, and get this done up on the bottom. That can link just through like that for no real reason. As in vanilla. Yep. Appreciate it. And we're going to litter this with all medical stuff. There you are. 5, 6, and 11. That's not bad. All right. That's one big thing I don't have to worry about placing. That works for me. So all the houses are connected. Warehouse is connected. Good. That's not needed, but we'll come back here with a finer tooth comb and see where we can add decorations and crap. Right now, this connects to there. Awesome. We've got that ad break in about a minute, folks. Make sure you get up and move around and stuff. Your body will appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. Yeah. We'll go for about another half hour here on the stream, and then I'll take that break. I need a snack desperately. My body is a little more hyperactive because we are getting a lot more sunlight now. It's very exciting. But all in all, it's just hungry. That gets poofed away. Yet not with any real certainty. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on that. I'm gonna blame it on there's more sunlight. I'm bouncing my knee more often. It's just like, man, I am just rearing to go. I'm a spring baby. Just a little spring bee. Gotta say it like that. I didn't make the rules. Oh, wait. I did. This goes from 2 to 4. Not the most efficient setup, but okay, so we can go from 4 to 3 to 2 to whatever. The bigger thing that matters, I think, is going to be what's up here. Nico. Nico, my little man. Doing what he kinda can, because my little Nico man. Nico man. Gonna tell you what he doesn't like, Nico man. I don't know. I don't know where I go with any of this. Then... nope. Yep. Okay, so a 2 here. Oof, that was rough. Nailed it. 165 hertz. Is that all you have? It's not even measured in mega or gigahertz. It's just 165 hertz. Gosh, that would be something. Okay. How do we like this? I think it's not bad. That's a lot of water, but that's still fine. Set this to this. That. For a monitor, it's fine. Oh, yeah. My eyes can't work past 60 anyway, so... yeah, it's totally fine. The ladders are a little annoying, but I think this is going to be a good save overall. So now, let's test this out. Build blueprint, blouse, ba 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 ba. That is a lie, and you know it. Oh, you have not seen my glasses and my short-sightedness. It is a mess. Hold on just a moment. I want to take care of Mr. Whiny Man. Oh, man. I went over to a friend's house like 2 weeks ago, and they showed me their 144... like their whole thing, and I'm like, I bet you any money your graphics card is screaming, and I can't tell the difference. It's awesome, but it's just I'm not getting the benefit you're getting out of it, and that's fine. I don't have to get any benefit out of your rig. That is a-okay. But for me, 60 frames, 1920 1080, I'm pretty... oh god. Okay, it does not like what I was trying to do there. But we can start building this out. Hi! Did you forget I was here? My little man. Come on up. I offered you to come on up before, and you got angry and left. 5, 6. Okay, so it's a 3-fer, and it's a 2-fer, and that's it. Cool. Alright, well that's going to take a dumpster clown amount of resources. Do I need another builders? Oh god, I can't even read it. Narf. Narf. They call me... Narf. What's the old adage? Don't call me late for dinner, however that goes. Yep, that's going to be awesome. That is a gigantic project, but we have a lot of resources anyway. Speaking of resources, you need that. We're good on explosives. We're good on dandelions, which I saved on a lark, really. So bright outside, which is really nice. I'm spending it the best way I could possibly think of. Inside playing video games. Oh, man. Well, you can come on up. And now you will. Excellent. Join me, Nico. Join me on the desk. For Timberborn merriment. Hi. You are in some kind of you should be napping panic mode right now. Okay, so before this gets completely out of hand. Oh, these aren't connected yet. Okay, pause. We'll do a quick pushover when we're ready. But what I don't want to do is, like, go have a snack, come back, and then it's like, oh my god, we have 50 more workers. Why? Yep. It's real easy-like. Easy, cheesy-like. But yeah, our timber cutters are going to be real busy. I didn't set any of this stuff yet. Let's do sunflowers, please grab. Let's do stinky potatoes. Stinky potatoes, please grab. And carrots, please grab. And chestnuts. Stinky chestnuts. There we go. And so I have the Ubers as buffer. Yes. Yep. No, I get you. Cool. Man, I would love a drought. Pause. Okay, did I set you all to grab? I did. Awesome. Speaking of chestnuts, how far are we on this? Oh, okay. 23 days is still 23 days. I don't need you guys working right now, thank you. It is a stupid amount of dandelions ready, though. All coming up Saramara, right? Actually, I did say I was going to wait a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to go take that break right now. We've got a lot of stuff that just needs to get built. And, well, oop. What did I just hit? Oh, we're good. Okay. For those of you here on Twitch, I'm just going to disappear for 5-10 minutes, get a snack, just something to keep my metabolism up and all that. For those of you joining us on YouTube, thanks for joining, and I hope to catch you all next time.